Guess what, Fluent? If he wins an MVP, two Super Bowls, went to three Super Bowls, and
Yeah.
then he accumulates the yards and the TDs that goes with it. Guess what? He don't even have to win another Super Bowl to even put in your top five because he's done everything already.
Okay.
And to
So if the
Bama's
next
and
five
then to
years, so
Bama's
if the next
point,
5 years
Manning is
If the
he has
top
to
next
five.
5 years,
produce,
in the
but
next
he has to
5 years,
produce.
no, no,
He needs
no.
to
If the
produce.
next 5 years, right,
Drew
he
Brees.
doesn't go to the Super Bowl, the numbers is gonna follow Patrick Mahomes no matter where he goes because he's that caliber of a quarterback. So if he doesn't go to the Super Bowl, that is fine. You can still put in the top five because the numbers will be there. That's why I say I don't judge it off of numbers. I judge it off of what I see. I will already put him there where
But
you guys fail to do
if
so.
if you do that, Joe Flacco should have retired after
No,
that
you got no, because
2013
Joe
Super Bowl
Flacco
with the
never dominated.
Ravens.
No, Joe Flacco never dominated the league. Eli Manning never dominated the league the way that Patrick Mahomes has done.
Well, Joe Flacco arguably had one of the greatest, if not the
Greatest,
greatest, postseason
yeah,
of all time.
You're
Mhm.
talking about
yeah.
postseason. It's a whole thing. It's a whole.
But I'm
Patrick
just
Mahomes
saying,
is a
Here's
based
the
regular
off of
thing:
what
season.
you're saying, he should
you're saying it's
retire
a
right
whole
then.
thing, yet at the same time, your entire argument hinges on if he wins in the Super Bowl and he wins it well. That's the basis of your argument. You can't have it
hmm
both ways.
No, but you guys are comparing Joe Flacco and Eli Manning. Those guys have nowhere near the level of success that this guy has had in the regular season at all.
Okay, so Bama.
Respectful man. He's a QB1. The way I see it, man, his game has evolved. He's gotten better. He still has a glaring weakness, which is consistent productivity within the confines of the pocket, which is the most important thing that you need to do as a quarterback, right? It's not running outside, it's to be able to throw within the pocket. That's still a weakness, but he's gotten better. He's a better pocket passer this year than he was last year. So for me, looking at a team, I look at progress and he's progressing. He's only going to continue to get better. So that's how I see him. He's probably outside of the top 13. I probably have him right now in the 20 to 13 range, somewhere around there.
Mm,
Okay.
I love it.
mm.
You got who you got? Who you got? Tua? You got Tua or Hurts? You're starting the team.
Hurts easily.
Hurts easily
What?
over Tua.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
not even thinking.
Whoa.
I'm not
We
even
started
thinking
off
about it.
spicy.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Why
not even
why
thinking
why you
about it.
got hurt?
Because Tua got
Because he
Flores
wins
fired. That's why.
games. Because he
You know
wins
what it is, man?
games.
Not only does Hurts wins, he just makes decision, man. Like he's just like I don't know. There's something. He's a playmaker, man, and Tua is not at all. Tua is in his head too much.
Dang.
But it's crazy. But in college, it was opposite. Tua was clearly better. I mean, that's why he got out of there. He went to Oklahoma. But yeah,
hmm
Okay.
Bama, you got
Okay,
anything to
well,
say to that?
Hurts still a running back one. All right, all right. And then next year's 2 year, dude just came over off a hip. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that's gonna make you second guess life more than devastating injury. I always tell people the hip injury is what ended Superman, aka Bo Jackson. Nobody was physically greater than Bo Jackson, and that hip took him up out of there. Tua, similar situation, got his hip and nose broke. It wasn't just his hip; they broke his nose too. So he just got back, 7 game win streak. Still haven't seen that from Jalen. Still inconsistent, Jalen. But it's weird because sometimes his play style to win, the team still can win despite of his inconsistencies and. But hey, that's enough for Jalen Hurts because I'm tired of talking about Dub team.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
finna
All right.
lose
All right.
next
We're
week.
But
we're
we
gonna do
made the
this.
playoffs, bro. Where's the
I'm
Dolphins?
gonna
They sitting
create.
at
I'm gonna
home
create.
watching
I'm
the
gonna
But they
create a
got the
games,
segment.
and
same
they're
record. This is why I
watching.
say the NFC East is trash. You can get into the playoffs with 8 losses, but the Dolphins with the same
Yeah.
exact record,
A
miss
dub's
it,
a
or they
dub.
y'all probably got a worse
A
record than the
dub's a dub.
Dolphins. I think y'all
So
eight
so
and
the
nine.
Dolphins are 9-8. This is a
Yeah.
new segment this week only, and it's gonna be called Stat or Coincidence. Okay, you ready? Stat or coincidence? The Miami Dolphins were 9-8. They were 9-0 against quarterbacks who had an O in their last name: Jones, Taylor, Jackson, Flacco, Newton, Glennon, Wilson, Book, and Jones again. They were 0-8 against quarterbacks that didn't have an O in their last name: Allen, Carr, Wentz, Brady, Lawrence, Ryan, Allen, Tannehill. Stat or coincidence?
How you guys feel?
Sorry.
How we feeling?
1000% coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence. Also, this too. My last thing too. Damn near every team got their brand new rookies, almost 1,000, well, over 1,000 yards receiving, except for who? Jalen Hurts, Jamar Chase, 1,400, arguably up for rookie of the year. Jalen Waddle, 1,100 yards, just broke the rookie receiving record for the most receptions for that team. That's what I showed you. He is who he thought he was.
What does Waddle and Chase have in common? They're two of the best receivers after they catch the ball, which speaks to that being more indicative of their individual talent than it speaks to the quarterback that's thrown to them. You give Hurts Chase. I don't know that he gets as great as numbers because he's not the efficient passer that Burrow is, but he gets a lot more yards than that.
I don't know because I think Devontae Smith is a lot better refined receiver than all of them. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say if you give Tua an actual number one receiver, because that's what Devontae Smith is. He has every potential to be a receiver one, just like Jamar Chase. If you give him a receiver one out there, I guarantee he does a lot more damage than. Now, I do say this. I love how the Dolphins use Waddle. And Waddle got the potential to be a receiver one based off of how he was used. But it was a reason why he was the fourth option when he was at Alabama. He was behind Ruggs too. Like, let's not even forget that. So it was a reason why he was a fourth option. He had to stay that extra year in order to get that shine he needed. I mean, like
That's
I say,
good point, but
he's dynamic. He's dynamic. I will give you that. He is dynamic.
Both of those guys was drafted ahead of Smith, though. What does that tell you?
The only reason they drafted him because of Smith is because Smith is 158 pounds, 165 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they're going off of, and which is weird because Marvin Harrison was like 171, 175. That's who I think Devontae Smith is a spitting image of. But like I say, he's gonna have to have a Peyton Manning and not a guy whose best features is his running. Like,
Word. I hear you guys. Shout out to the chat, man. Welcome to Players Choice Gridiron. Shout out to Big Bro. Big Bro, listen, that clubhouse, I reloaded. That clubhouse was bad for me, and the only reason it was bad for me was because of that Tyreek Hill stat that you brought up. But we will get back into it, and I'm looking for you and let me school you, bro. Y'all did y'all thing. I give it to y'all. Y'all get y'all thing. We gonna get back into it because I am ready for that bag. Madden Champ was good with you. All you guys in the chat was good with you, bro. Appreciate y'all for being here. We are gonna get into the playoff talk, but that's gonna be into the end of the show. We have something very excited. We have a playoff bracket that we will be doing, and it will be just like the drafts that we be doing on Players Choice. So stay tuned, bro, because later on is definitely gonna be a good ride. Ron, you got anything to say?
Yeah, let's get into it. How's everybody feeling today?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm ready. Shoot, let's
Okay.
go, man. Let's
Are
go.
we gonna introduce?
I
Are
need
we
some
gonna
fire from you,
introduce?
Ben.
Are we gonna introduce our guests?
Oh, I
have.
forgot about
Come
that.
on, man.
I be forgetting the formalities.
You need to be hospitable. Like, did you offer him a drink?
Chill,
An appetizer, an hors d'oeuvre?
chill, fluent. I got it. All right, yo, for you guys already probably noticed in the chat, you guys watching on YouTube, we have a special guest here, OJ Knows Sports. What's good with you, man? Thank you for coming
What's good,
out.
man? Thank you guys for having me, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to come and educate some of these guys, man, especially Fluent.
Ooh.
Hey, OJ, they need it. It's good to have you, my guy.
Absolutely, man. Likewise.
We gonna start right with the hottest thing that just happened not even 24 hours ago. The college national championship game. I need to hear you guys' recap. I need to hear, is this what you guys expected? And just how you feel about the game. We have two guys with Alabama hats.
you sound a little too happy over there, LeBron. Like, hold on, wait.
You see, I got my boy.
Georgia.
You see, I
He
got
did
my
pick
Georgia
Georgia.
red on today, man.
No, I don't care. You sound a little too happy over there, bro. I'm gonna need you to tone it down. Let me need you to tone it down before I go get a little shack on you.
It's a reason Lil Shaq moved out the city. I want to know though, like, how are you feeling right now? Has it been a rough 24 hours?
Nah, I knew if they would have played them again, they would have lost. I just can't never go against my boys on TV.
We
That's
didn't hear
not a-
that prediction.
It's
We didn't
always
hear
been
that prediction. You guys
I
heard?
don't have to.
Did you
I
guys
don't
hear
have
that?
to. I don't
Nah,
have to
didn't-
say
nah.
it.
No,
I don't have to.
no.
I don't have to say it on the show, but I mean, I won money off of Georgia.
Bama,
Say it in my
Bama,
heart.
Bama picked Bama, and OJ, in case you didn't see his TikTok, was all it's easy work. Standing outside the stadium before he walked into the game. This is gonna be easy work today.
I
Dustin
believe the
showed it.
term that I used was light work, but yeah.
Oh, light work. Excuse me.
OJ,
Light work.
you a Bama fan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you were at the game, right?
Yeah, I was actually at the game, so I got to see a unique perspective. And I'll be honest with you, and I'm watching the game the whole time. Bryce Young did not look comfortable. Like the whole, I don't know why, but I never felt like he really got his groove and he really got into the game. And I hate to say it, this was the first time I truly saw Nick Saban get out coached, right? He was outsmarted by Kirby in a sense. Yes, that pun was definitely intended. And to me, I think he came in with a strategy. I'm gonna dink and doink. I'm gonna do all these screens and try to expose the flats. And he wanted to come with that mentality and just live or die by that methodology. And he died by it. You know, he eventually caught up, and ultimately Bennett made two or three crucial, really clutch plays, and that was the difference of the game. You know, and the reason I will not mention injuries is, and I know that like we don't have Mechie. Jameson Williams got out in the first half. I'm not gonna mention that because in the SEC championship game, Georgia was missing 4 starters on defense due to COVID. So I'm gonna keep that same energy, and I want ultimately like this was the least talented Bama team I've ever seen in a championship game, but it is what it is. I mean, like as a Bama fan, it's you sit back and think, wait a minute, 2 years ago we had Najee, Devontae Smith, like Jerry Jeudy, like Jalen Waddle. It's crazy to think all these guys were in one team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we've been spoiled. And the last thing I'll say is this: Georgia is a formidable, legitimate team. The narrative that I'm seeing right now is, oh, Alabama got destroyed, or Alabama, you know, they got what's the word I'm looking for? Like at the end of the day, Georgia, they were the favorites, right? It wasn't a like they're not a sorry team. They're a very good team, and they beat Alabama. You know, Kirby Smart had
It
a
was a
good
good
day,
game.
and
It
that's
was a
that.
good game the whole entire game as
Yeah,
well.
more
Like it wasn't
experience.
nothing.
It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, so I if people coming like that, it's kind of like weird because I mean, the Georgia started getting the lead in the fourth quarter. That's when it really was
Nice.
like, that's when they picked up the game. Fluent, what you got to say about that?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Like all jokes aside, okay, because last week I picked Alabama to win too. But I think all jokes aside, here's what I saw. I saw one, the coach of Georgia did make better halftime adjustments, right? Like you saw at halftime, they came out with a better game plan.
Mm-hmm.
I think that and I'm not using the injuries as an excuse, but you were dealing with an Alabama team that was injured, but also was young. And you could see their inexperience in that second half. And the good news for Alabama fans, and you guys know this, they're going to be here next year because that's a young team that most of them, they're all going to be back. They're going to be here again next year, more experienced. But I hate to say this, the better team won. Georgia was that night. Last night, Georgia was the better team and they won. And they won against a team, like I said, that showed their inexperience and who didn't make enough halftime adjustments. So from a fully football thing, take the names of the teams away. That's what I saw last night.
So you weren't surprised at all?
No, I was surprised because I picked Alabama, but I'm saying as you watch the game unfold, it was clear that Georgia had that game in hand, especially I think obviously at the end of the third quarter. But I think it boded well for them in the first half that it was so tight. It was field goals back and forth, right?
Yeah.
That was a good sign for Georgia, I think.
So I want to ask this is for you and OJ, based on you guys' prior answers. Did they lose due to talent, or did they lose due strictly to coaching?
Me personally, I would say both. But if I were to say which one was bigger, I would say talent. This is the thing. Like when you lose your 2 biggest playmakers, you have to change your scheme. You can no longer call the same type of plays. And what I mean by that, the receivers that Alabama have, most of them were freshman receivers. They're in the biggest stage in their entire life. And like these guys, man, they were just like deers caught in the headlights. So now, like the ability for Bryce Young to actually throw the ball down the field, that's gone. Georgia knows that is gone. Alabama knows that it's gone. So now the ability for Georgia to play defense a certain type of way, they can do whatever they want. And you can see Bryce saying the interceptions he threw, both of those interceptions were forced. He forced both of those because it wasn't there. So this is where talent dictates scheme. And when that happens, that's the worst case scenario. You always want scheme to dictate and to flourish talent, not the other way around.
Yeah, and I wouldn't use talent. I would say it was coaching and inexperience. So because of injuries, they had to put inexperienced players in there, and at that point, Saban needed to change what he was doing to help those guys with easier plays, because you saw plays where if it was the other guys in there, Bryce, he throws the ball and like they cut the wrong way, they cut a little too early or a little too late, and the ball's just outside of their reach, or there's a couple of passes that I think they should have caught that they dropped. And so I think it was a combination of inexperience but then again, on the fly to get some freshmen and change the game plan. Maybe no coach could do that, right? So maybe we're putting too much on Saban on that, but I think it was a combination of the two. More inexperience than lack of talent, because I think those guys will be good.
Right, because like I said, all those dudes out there, you go see them again. Ja'Cory Brooks, 5-star. Ajayi Hall, 5-star. I always tell people this. What Tua did, getting in your freshman year in the national championship and pulling the game out your ass, I'm going to just use my one. That just rarely happens. That's why Tua holds such a near and dear special place to me. Like, that's just so rare that you could just get in the national championship and produce. Where Alabama lost that game, and where it was where it was always going to be skepticism regardless, because even with the rookies they had up in there, they still matched up well against Georgia, and they were open a lot of plays, and Bryce will tell you he just missed some plays. But they lost the game in the line of scrimmage. Our line of scrimmage is very young. You see what I'm saying? That's where our inexperience happens at. If you go back and look at that game, every time Bryce dropped back, somebody hitting him in his face, they pushing him on the ground, they cagging him, they letting them know. Like, so what that shows me, now when guys are wide open, he's going to miss that. We just go be honest. Bryce isn't the biggest guy. He's not a Trevor Lawrence. He's not 6'7" back there. He's 5'11", might even be 5'9". So the fact that they was harassing him as much as they was really making it tough for him to do everything. Also, that too, man, I don't know. My thing is, I really wish I could have saw Christian Leary in there or JoJo Earl, because we really needed a slot receiver that could do something from the slot. After J-Mo got out, we needed some type of speed up in there. Because if you really look at it, that's where it was tough to get those yards, because those slot receivers are very close to the quarterback, and that's kind of like his security blanket of what he can use, man. And I like my boy, Will, but he just wasn't doing it, man. But like I said, Bama will be back. Them guys would be a year older, sophomores, all of that. We didn't have a run game either, man. I hate to say it. This was the worst running back field we had in a lot of years at Alabama, dog. We couldn't run the ball at all.
Are you heartbroken right now, though?
Oh, I didn't play.
Shout out
it ain't hard for me to be heartbroken. I ain't play.
Shout out
them
to
kids.
T-Bone. He said
I
that.
always say this though.
Go ahead, Bama.
Go ahead, man. Shouts out to them kids, man. We wasn't even supposed to be in that position. They had a hell of a year, man. Like they went 13-2, ended a lot of undefeated streaks. You know, they got a lot to look on. They won the SEC championship. Also, I said this too. I told other people, my brothers who I talked with fantasy football, Alabama wouldn't go win that second game, because when it comes to coaching children, it's hard once you win to learn from your mistakes, especially when they're 17 to 21 years old. Versus a more experienced team like Georgia, you learn a lot more in losses than you do in wins. That's only when you get to the NFL when they can critique and nitpick, because they got 16 hours out the day to rewind and look at this. Them kids got schools, they got other stuff they worried about. Like I said, man, it was going to be a hard game for them just because of the roster that we had. Bryce is a new quarterback. That's just not something that's very easy to do. Just to get up, new quarterback, go to the national championship. A lot of those guys they was groomed along. Bryce woke up, hey, we got this, and we rolling with it. Like I say, congratulations to them young men. They have nothing to hold their heads down on. If anything, it was more about Georgia, because Kirby was on borderline about to be fired if he didn't win this game, because he was doing the same thing Mark Richt was doing. So They did what they had to do, and Bama will be back next year. And we'll have a running back for y'all. Remember this name, Jamar Gibbs. We got a running back for y'all next year.
Okay.
Got one.
Hey, we gonna have that name. We're gonna talk about a lot about him over the summer. I'm sure we'll get into a lot of Alabama topics. Ben, how do you feel? My man T-Bone in the chat said that the college football championship was dull and boring. Do you agree with that?
I want to speak on that. I want to speak on that. It wasn't boring. It wasn't boring. It was a defensive game. That's all. It was just a defensive game till to the beginning. Like I think it was till like half. It was like was it 9-3 something like that. It was just a defensive game. Nick Saban at the end. I didn't like that play. The play calling at the end when Bryce Young just forced it. I didn't like that. He should just did like just a regular play. But I didn't like that how Bryce Young was just forcing the ball. It didn't make sense to me.
How much of this do you put? How much of the loss do you put on Bryce Young?
Not everything. I just think the play calling was just terrible.
If you could put a percentage on there, what would you say that it's
For Bryce Young?
It's on Bryce Young's shoulder with him being their star player and everything.
I'd say about 30%, 40%.
No.
Okay.
No, you listen. You're the quarterback. Regardless of everything else, you have to take 50% because guess what? If they won, we'd all be singing his praises. So look, now is it 50% his fault? No, but it's going to be on his record. He takes 50% of it.
Yeah,
it's just that's the price you pay of being a quarterback. You take it.
Right.
Them boys getting jammed up. It wasn't playing. It wasn't no play call. You call what you can call. Alabama once was able to call 45 lead 9 times in a row on the same drive and able to execute it all the way up. It matters nothing about play call. It was execution. If you look at that same concept, Alabama always been running that same hollow concept. The guy run a sail route, you got a fade route right off of it. Slade Bolden just got jammed up. That's what happens. Like he threw the pass on. It happens. They just wasn't, like you said earlier, they wasn't the better team that night. That's what it boiled down to. The more experienced team won. Them boys wanted it. You saw N'Kobe Dean when they gave up when old boy gave up that tackle. N'Kobe Dean got up in his face, grabbed him by his face mask, cussed him out. Next play, what happened? Number 44 make the play. That's what little things like that that show you them boys, they was really fighting. I always tell people, I'm from the South, man. One thing about it, when the big dog come to town, they don't run away from it. They embrace it. They want that. You see it. You see them boys really had fire in their eyes when it came to play Alabama. A lot of them young kids, they wasn't ready, dog. They'll be ready next year, though. You see it in Bryce's eyes. I saw it at that press conference. He was upset. That's some things you want to see. Even though he's not supposed to care about stuff like that, he made it there. You can see it in his eyes. Bama will be back. I like that quarterback. That's going to be the best quarterback to come up out that university, if you ask me. They'll be back, man. They'll be back. They'll be loaded. They'll have more receivers, run game. They did. Hopefully, Bill O'Brien will be up out of there. Doug Marrone will have another year to play with the O-line. Maybe he goes back to the NFL. I don't know. Alabama got so many NFL coaches waiting to get jobs. So who knows if those guys will be there. But
there's a lot of openings.
Yeah.
Okay, well, before we move on to our next topic, I got one more question for you, OJ. Is it a completely different game if their 2 top playmakers don't get hurt?
100%. Because now you can't take out the top of the defense, right? And it's crazy. And again, so I do agree. I'm gonna push back a little bit. I do agree with what Ben said about the play calling, because again, Nick Saban, like at the beginning of the game, the first half, a lot of dinking and doinking, man. And I felt like they should have taken a little bit more shots, more deep shots at the beginning of the game. But after Williams gets hurt, that's a wrap now. You don't really have anyone to trust, like any vertical threats like that. So that's where that lack of talent starts to dictate your scheme and your personnel packages and what you can do. So
yeah, okay. That was unfortunate. It kind of robbed us of, possibly a better game or a more action-packed game. But moving on, are you guys ready?
I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this. You see, this man Fluent gonna tag me in a TikTok. So I replied on Player's Choice Gridiron to show them some love, stating that Cooper Kupp is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Fluent, state your case, state your purpose. What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't have to state a case. This season, the man who had the most receptions, the most yards, and the most touchdowns is the best wide receiver this season.
Isn't that the
I'm not,
triple
I'm not
crown?
saying he's the most. I'm not saying he's the most complete. I'm not saying he's the most skillful. I'm not saying he's the best route runner. I'm not saying he's the fastest. What I'm saying is that he produced the most this season. So if I'm looking at any other sport, who's a better running back this season, Jonathan Taylor or Derrick Henry? Jonathan Taylor, because he rushed for more yards.
No, it's Derrick
Period.
Henry, and we all know
No,
that. Stop.
no,
Stop it.
wrong.
No,
Who had a better
stop.
season? Who had a better
Stop.
season?
Stop. You're
I mean,
judging
just
everything
because of
off.
injury,
No.
just because of
Just
injury.
because
That's
of
right,
injury,
but that's part of the
another thing.
game.
No,
But
That's part of the game.
before he got injured though, he had like 300-400 more yards.
And,
Yes,
and I
bro,
agree.
stop.
Before
And
the
Derrick
season, it
Henry,
would have been him.
bro,
My
JT
point
cannot
is,
carry the load
we're
that Derrick
always.
Henry can.
You asked me to state my case, and you're just gonna talk over me. So my point is this: if we're looking at who's the most skillful, who's the most versatile, who's all these other things, it's a different conversation. Who had the best season? Well, it's Cooper Kupp. No one had more reception. No one had more yards. No one had more
That's
touchdowns.
facts.
So who had the best season? Cooper Kupp. Period.
But that
Put
doesn't
some
make him the
respect on
better
his name.
player.
You don't
But that
even have
doesn't
him
make him
top
the better
10.
player. But that doesn't make him the better player.
It did this year.
No,
it did this year.
not. It makes him the most productive player. That doesn't
Who had a
make
better
him the
season?
best player.
Who had a better season?
Of course, it's Cooper Kupp, and we cannot deny that. That's
There you
numbers.
go.
That's a
There you go.
productive base. But
That's
you're
right.
saying the best wide receiver. You have to look at everything, not
The
just
best
production alone.
player in every sport is the one who produces the most.
So then Bradley Bill, right? To your eyes, he was a better scorer than Kevin Durant when he's putting up 30 points in back-to-back seasons.
If he put up more points on a consistent basis, then yes, he's a better scorer for that time. For that time period.
Don't
yes.
die on that hill. No, do not die
I
on
will
the
die.
hill. There's not. It is not.
Let me ask you
no
a question.
point in
Let me
time
a-
that
I always
KD
ask you the
that
same
Bill
question.
was better than KD.
I always ask you the same question. Hold on. Who's the better scorer? And the easy answer is, and the truth is, the guy who scores the most points. Period. I don't care how you do it. If you score the most, let me ask you a question. Who's the best team? The team that wins the most games and the team that wins the championship. Does it matter how they got there? No.
No, you just
doesn't.
dumbed it down completely.
All right,
You
so let
talking
me
about
ask you
scoring.
this. Let me ask you this. All right, cool. That sets it up perfect for this. So if you on a team that don't win like that, but they play style and they play call, or the situation is perfect for you to have a lot of these numbers, shall I say? But I'm on a team that wins, but I don't get those numbers, but I'm on the team that wins. So that still make you better, even though you in a situation that kind of help you flourish those. Because like what I say about this,
let me ask you this, because this is the one we get a lot. It's a basketball one, right? We always say, well, LeBron's a better passer than Jordan. Why? Well, because he has more assists. Well, isn't he in a situation where he's handling the ball and distributing the ball, whereas Jordan was asked to not be a point guard anymore and to score?
Absolutely.
So do you ever say, well, actually, Jordan's a better passer because he had less turnovers than LeBron? No, you say LeBron. So that's what I'm saying is, yeah,
no,
system,
I do.
System is part of it.
I say,
okay, fair enough. But my point is this: the system you're in, unfortunately, dictates some of your production, and that's unfortunate. But if I'm saying who had a better season, so right now, who's the best wide receiver? Well, the one who had the most yards, the most receptions, and the most touchdowns. Anything other than that is subjective because you're trying to win an argument.
That is not subjective, Fluent. It's about what somebody has in their
Who's
bag.
the best route runner?
It's about what they can
Who's
do.
The best route
Devontae Adams is the best route runner
does
in the
everybody
league.
agree with that 100%?
Yeah.
Who's number two?
I hear what you're saying.
If you don't have them one or two, you're casual to me.
You'll get more subjective as you go. Who's the second? Who's the third? Who's the fourth? Because there's no way to mathematically equate who's the best route runner. It's eye test. So when I look at someone now, if Cooper Kupp only had the most touchdowns and not the most yards or receptions, different conversation. My man had all three. So
Floyd,
this season,
you paired Cooper Kupp up with one of the most productive quarterbacks in his time in Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford has consistently dropped 4,000-yard season, 5,000-yard season. If you don't think production follows Matthew Stafford, you're lying to yourself. You want to say he's not a winner and all of that,
Stop
and
trying
I
to
agree
make
with
this
you.
about Matthew Stafford.
No. Matthew Stafford is one of the most productive quarterbacks.
He's got this crush on Matthew Stafford. Let it go.
Bo, but you're not understanding the point. Of course, whatever wide receiver Matthew Stafford is with, they're gonna look and become more productive because of who he is. That is a fact.
Good for them.
And you know that.
Good for them. Then they're very lucky to be in that.
I'll say, Anthony. I think your point is valid, and it's hard to debate because you're going off of, simple algebra. It's math. It's objective, right? However, it's a lazy argument, right? It's a lazy argument because you're basically saying, "Oh, 2 + 2 is 4." Yeah, that's basically what you're saying.
It is.
But to me, it's very black and white, right? And I think there's so much more value you can add to the conversation when you add other nuance to that. as opposed to saying, oh, he has the most number. The best numbers are therefore he's the best. I don't think, because now you're setting a dangerous precedent, right? What you're basically saying is that the most productive always equals the best player at that position. I don't think that's the case necessarily. That's what you're risking doing. And
who's the best?
That's a problem. It might work for receivers, but that logic won't work across all positions. It certainly won't work with quarterbacks, I'll tell you that, because you can have a very productive quarterback and he doesn't win jack squat. And you can have another quarterback who's a lot better at winning and getting his teams to win, right? But he's not as productive. And therefore, I'm going to say that quarterback is better. So that's the problem.
So when you're giving out, let's use quarterback. When you're giving out your MVP, if there's a quarterback who throws the most touchdowns, throws for the most yards, throws the highest completion percentage, is he not going to win that most valuable player award as the best player?
Most likely, if he has those stats, his teams are probably going to be pretty good teams.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But just because you win MVP doesn't automatically make you the best player in the league. Fluent.
No,
I
said
that's
if.
a fact.
I said if.
It's not even
an if.
Just because you win MVP, you're not the best player in the league. Just because you put up all these numbers in one season doesn't mean you're automatically the best. Numbers is one part of it. Awards is one part of it. It's everything all together, Fluent.
So let me ask you this: is the team that wins the championship the best team that season?
Is the team that win the championship?
Yeah.
For what?
Yes
NFL or
yes
NBA? NFL or NBA?
Any sport.
Any
sport.
We have no choice but to come to the conclusion.
Is the team that wins the championship the best team that season?
We have no choice but to come to that conclusion. Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So that's your conclusion.
I don't know, because
you're trying to make it complicated.
No.
You're trying to make it complicated.
You want to know why NFL is different?
But you're trying to make it complicated because it doesn't suit the narrative that you're trying to push.
What are you talking? But you're pushing teams. We're not talking about teams. We're talking about players. Individual players are different than a damn team, Fluent, and you know this.
So this is just what I would say, Fluent. If you look at Cooper.
Thank you, T-Bone. In basketball, it is because there's a 7-game series, but in football, no, because there's upsets that can happen in 1-game series. Thank you for that, T-Bone.
I beg to differ because you still have to move the ball. Basketball, you can just run down and shoot threes all day. Football, you actually got to figure out how to get the ball to your playmakers, how to move the ball. In this defense, they running these type of coverages, all of that. So I don't know. I beg to differ. But look at this right here. If you look at Cooper Kupp, I don't know. I have to look up the numbers. How many times have you saw people play punt coverage on them, basically, where they stack 2 DBs by them? Because Devontae Smith has – this is why I say, like, when you look at Cooper Kupp, even though he did get the 1,900 yards, he didn't look virtually unguardable. It looked like he schemed those 1,900 yards.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at Megatron's 1,900-yard year, he looked virtually unguardable. Like, it was just like, bro, I don't know.
Listen, if we're talking about eye test, skill, route running, all those other things, I'm with you. I've even said if I'm picking my wide receiver, I'm not picking Cooper Kupp first. But to deny this season he was the best because of his production, well, you're just hating on him for I don't know what reason. Because he was. Because not only he didn't just do one thing, he did everything better than everybody else, and you can't deny that.
No, Fluent. Honestly, he just said no. You were right, because what you said, I'm picking a lot of receivers over Cooper Kupp. But you cannot deny his season. I'm not denying his season. No, it's great in what he did. Well, Bama said you have to scheme for Cooper Kupp the way that the Rams scheme for him. But like you said, you're not picking Cooper Kupp number 1. That's all I wanted you to say. Thank you for that.
Because here's the thing that you're confusing, and you do this a lot. You look at eye test, skill, and the long term, and you say, yeah, over a span of 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I'm taking Devontae Adams. You're not wrong. But if you're talking about this year, well, it's Cooper Kupp.
I got a question, Fluent. So, like, overall, who's the best receiver? Is Devontae, or is it Devontae Adams?
Overall, what do you mean? What do you mean?
The better receiver. Like,
you got to give the criteria. If you mean this season, it's Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
but if I'm drafting a team and I got to pick Cooper Kupp or Devontae Adams for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, yeah, I'm taking Devontae Adams.
It's not even for the next 4 or 5 years.
Hold on. I want to expand on something Ben said. If I were to just ask a random person about someone that knows the NFL, I don't qualify the statement. I just say, who's the best receiver in the NFL? I don't say this year. I don't say none of that.
Okay.
Who's the best?
Okay.
9 out of 10 times they're gonna say it's Devontae.
That's gonna be Devontae Adams.
The thing is, here's the thing though, Fluent. If I were to ask you, well, I mean, who's the best receiver? you're not gonna say Cooper Kupp. This is what you're gonna say. You're gonna say Cooper Kupp's been the best receiver this year.
season.
This year.
There's
Correct.
no way.
Correct.
You always
And that's
have to
all I'm
I
qualify.
agree.
saying.
I
And that's
agree.
But
all
here's
I'm
the thing,
saying.
though. But you're qualifying that statement. That's the
I have to.
difference.
Have to.
So
I have
you
to.
have to. And the
Yeah.
fact that you have to qualify it shows you that Cooper Kupp is not the best. Whereas Devontae Adams, I don't have to qualify. Who's the best? Devontae Adams. I don't care if you're talking about whatever. Devontae Adams, full stop. So
I
Agree.
don't
I agree with that.
disagree with you. But again, you weren't here a couple of weeks. We were talking about this season, and they're trying to like Dub is saying, hold on, Dub is saying Cooper Kupp isn't even top 10 this season.
Fluent. What I said was
This
I am
season.
not taking Cooper Kupp over 10 wide receivers.
This
That is
season.
how I
Okay,
judge.
Doug,
That is how
time
I
out.
judge
This
every
season.
aspect of
Time
all
out.
my rankings.
Who's the best receiver this year, Doug? We need to know right
It's
now.
always
Top
Devontae
three.
Adams.
Top three. Okay. And who the best receivers this season?
D-Hop.
Not who you're taking. Who
Yes,
had
that
the best
is.
season?
That is because
Who
if
had the
in
best
my
season?
Devontae Adams had the best
who
season
had the
this year.
best season is a whole different story. If you're saying, oh,
That's what
who
he's
put
asking
up
you.
who put up
Yeah.
the most numbers, who looked better, we got Deebo Samuel, Adams, Cooper Kupp, all
see,
the
that's
boys.
the problem.
Jamar Chase.
That's exactly fluent.
Like,
You
come
cannot
on.
say that Cooper Kupp's the best receiver. Say that Cooper Kupp is the most productive receiver this year. Change your verbiage. That will be more accurate. Because here's the thing: if I were to ask all you guys, like again, without qualifying, who's the best receiver? We're all gonna say Devontae Adams.
Devontae
we agree that
If I
Devontae
qualify
Adams
it,
is
if
the
I
best
qualify
receiver-
it, if I qualify to say Cooper Kupp had the most productive year this season, that will spark zero debate.
Let me ask you something. Where do you rank Deebo Samuel?
Touche.
Let me ask you something. Where do you rank Deebo Samuel?
Where'd I rank Deebo Samuel?
Where do you rank Deebo Samuel?
Top 15.
I see where he's going with this. I like it.
See, if you have to think about it, then you're wrong. No, you're
I gotta
wrong.
qualify.
No,
'cause
you're
I gotta
not qualifying nothing. You keep
Of
the
course.
same logic you've been keeping for Cooper Kupp. He has to be a top 5 or top 3 wide receiver. He has to be fluent, and you know this due to
How?
production. Because of
Is he
production.
top 5 in production?
Yes,
I'd
he
have
is.
to look.
This
No,
guy's
I
a
don't.
runner.
I don't have that handy.
Oh, well, listen. He
Is he? Is he? He's top 5 in receptions,
Excellent
top
point.
5 in yards, and top 5 in touchdowns.
And the fact that you have to think about it
Is
just
he?
lets me know you're lying to yourself and you know the answer for Cooper Kupp, but you don't want to go to it because you don't want to let go of this production bag
Crazy,
fluent.
bro.
Where does he rank? You know off the top of your head?
He's like top 5 or top 6.
No, not he's like.
He's
Where
fifth.
does he rank?
He's fifth in yards.
Fifth in yards.
Thank you.
He's
Yeah.
first in average, and he's tied 26. He only has 6 touchdowns.
26 in touchdowns.
But yeah,
Okay, where is he in receptions?
he's 24th.
So he's 24th in receptions,
But
26 in
he's
touchdowns.
top 5 in 4 of the major categories. So
He's top 5. Okay, so then I go look at all those stats and then I can tell you. But
So
if he's 24, 25 in touchdowns and stuff, yeah, I think that knocks him down a bit
Why?
I mean,
That's why.
this season because we're talking about production this season.
Why does TDs have to matter? Julio Jones wasn't getting TDs with Matt Ryan, but you still call Julio Jones a top 3 receiver in his time when he's playing with Matt Ryan. So why does that even matter?
Touchdowns matter.
They do
Touchdowns
matter, but come
and the
on,
fact
bro.
that Julio Jones wasn't scoring touchdowns, you weren't knocking him for that? Wasn't
No.
everybody saying what's wrong with Julio Jones?
No, I was
Really? You
knocking
want
Matt
me to
Ryan
show
on how
you?
Matt
Yeah,
Ryan
no.
couldn't
You want me
find
to
him in
show
the
you?
end zone.
getting cooked
That's
right
how
now,
I felt. I was like, Matt
No.
Ryan, how can you find this big behind guy in the end zone? That's exactly how I thought.
If there was hold on, so if Julio Jones and let's use your guy Devontae Adams, they both have the same receptions, same yards, and Devontae has 20 touchdowns and Julio has 0. Who you giving? Who you giving the knock to? Who you bumping up? The guy who has more touchdowns.
If they had the
All
same,
things being equal, so yeah, those things matter. You just want to look at eye test and just say that's the better guy. No, production matters, and we'll always have this fight because you don't think it matters, and I think it does. I think the player that scores more touchdowns, gets more yards, gets more receptions, wins more games, wins championships, yeah, those are better than the guy who doesn't.
the way you dumb that down to 26-0, those are astronomical feats, Fluent. I would have to pick
Well, you
the
were talking about Julio
26.
Jones who scored 0. Did you
Still.
not?
But come on, what
You
wide
brought
receiver
up a
has
guy
scored?
that had 0.
Well, come on, what wide receiver is putting up 26 TDs, man?
I said 20. I said 20.
Oh, you said 26, 20.
The 20-0.
Listen, Julio's still that guy. Julio's still that guy no matter what. Because
He could
those
be better if
yards,
he scored touchdowns.
those yards led to TDs. That's what it is. Just because they're not scheming you for the end zone, it's fine. I could live with that. I told you, I love Keenan Allen. You want to know why I love Keenan Allen? Because that guy's a monster. But Adam Thielen is a guy who puts up mad TDs. I will never, not one day on this earth, say that Adam Thielen is a better receiver than Keenan
So
Allen
let me
just
ask
due
you
to
this.
TDs.
So let me ask you this, since you brought up Julio Jones, because this is again, you're trying to make it a conversation about length, and we're talking about one season. If Julio Jones, if someone else had more receptions, more yards, and more touchdowns than Julio Jones, you wouldn't rank that person ahead of Julio Jones that season, not even knowing who he is.
No.
Because it's just situation, man.
Yeah,
Julio
it's
plays
scheme.
with Matt.
Okay.
Every
He
team is
played with
different.
trash Ryans.
Okay.
Like,
They're playing with Matthew Stafford. You think Matthew Stafford's better than Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That boy Matt
100%.
Ryan is
Yeah.
garbage.
Matthew Stafford is garbage.
Calvin
Okay.
Ridley
I think
had
they're
to
on the
cry
same
mental
level.
health. Calvin Ridley had to cry mental health to take a break from that man because he was trying to waste Calvin Ridley.
Hey,
career
don't make
too.
a joke. Hey, don't be making mental health jokes.
It's,
You
it's
know
not
that's
a
not
joke.
Because
That's
not about
that's
Matt
ser-
Ryan. Come on.
That
stop
is
it now.
about Matt
Stop
Ryan.
it now.
Well, why
Stop
Calvin
it
Ridley
now.
want to be released now?
You think that's
It's
because
not-
I don't know that
I don't
know
think that's
about
Matt
all that.
Ryan.
Man, that boy,
Come
boy's
on.
doo-doo.
Yeah, I
That
wouldn't
boy,
go that
that
far.
doo-doo. He's a big reason,
No.
man. He the
Let me-
reason
hey, okay,
he
I-
wasted Julio Jones' career, man. Made that man blow his hip and that dude's bad, dude.
Can
Your
I ask you a quick
quarterback will
question?
make
Since
it-
we're
make
talking
you
about
wanna get up
Atlanta,
out of there.
since we're talking about Matt Ryan, just a real quick question because Chill and I talked about this on Fluent and Chill. Would you trade Matt Ryan to Houston for Deshaun Watson?
I was just talking to my boys earlier about that, but the only thing
Mhm.
that would come into it is Houston would have to eat some of Matt Ryan's contract because they owe him $43 million next year.
Because I was like Watson, Pitts, and if Ridley were to come back, like that's a scary offense, no?
Yeah, that is scary.
It would be.
I think Ridley leaving.
If they could figure out a way to make Houston eat some of that $43 million,
It wouldn't matter if Watson comes over there, man.
Yeah, Watson.
oh man,
I can't
Your
wait.
quarterback can't last that long, man. He's 107.
He need AB. He need AB.
I can't wait for the end of the show.
All right, fellas. Speaking of quarterbacks, right now the playoffs are set. So with these playoff teams that we got, a hat's fire, by the way, OJ.
Well,
But
thank you.
with these playoffs that we have, I need to know who is your top 7 quarterbacks. It's 14 teams. I need to know your top tier quarterbacks right now. Ben, you want to go ahead and kick us off?
Yeah.
Hold on. Before you start, hey, chat. Let us know who your top quarterbacks are too. You guys tap in with us.
All right, for the playoffs. I got Mahomes 1, Rodgers 2.
Wait. Are you saying Patrick Mahomes is better than Aaron Rodgers?
Talk to me, baby.
The Jizza, the RZA, the Ghostface Killer?
Yeah, that's
Wait.
crazy.
Nah.
That's crazy. I'm hurt.
Wait, the
I'm
way
hurt.
you was caping for Aaron Rodgers as well is crazy.
This season,
Right now, yeah.
Rodgers was better.
Oh,
This
for
season,
MVP.
Rodgers.
Wait.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
better or production? We gotta start. You know, we can't have no blurred lines anymore.
Now, this season, if I want to say who's MVP, Rodgers.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you think that Mahomes
I just think
is better.
Mahomes the better quarterback.
Love
Mahomes
it.
the better quarterback. Yeah. So Mahomes, Rodgers. I'm gonna go Tom Brady. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Dak Prescott, Kyler, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford. Is that 7? Was that 6? I think.
So you got
No,
Matt,
Joe?
we still got the 49ers, the Patriots, and the Raiders.
Wait, I think that was set.
That was 7. He just wants the top 7.
Yeah,
He wants
just
top
the
7.
top 7.
Oh, top 7.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's
All
it.
right. Yo, Dub, you wanna fill us in?
Oh,
Who you
I got y'all, bro. Yeah,
This should be quite funny.
Matthew Stafford,
This
number
is
1.
this is an easy
Oh, he
one.
can-
Jalen
has
Hurts,
two.
number 3. I'm telling you, man. Jalen, when he gets going, man.
Listen, y'all know who I'm going with, the baby goat himself, Patrick Mahomes. Then, damn, my bad. Then I got Aaron Rodgers, number 2. Got Tom Brady, number 3. I think that's everybody unanimous. Hey, Fluent, talk to me, man. I got Matthew Stafford, number 4. I got Matthew Stafford, number 4. I got Dak, number 5. I got Josh Allen, number 6, and then Joe Burrow, number 7. Oh my God!
Okay.
Wait! No! I almost missed some guy. My bad. I have to kick Joe Burrow out. I got Kyler Murray over Matthew Stafford. I apologize. I forgot about Kyler Murray. I'll rephrase it. Mahomes, Brady, No, Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady, Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, and then Josh Allen. Sorry about that. Forgot about him.
Okay. Bama, how's your list looking?
All that matters is number one, Ghostface Killer, the Wizard himself, Aaron Rodgers, then Tom Brady, then Becky with the good hair. Because, like I said, he's going to lose to Aaron Rodgers, and we're going to be talking about Patrick Mahomes. Is he really the GOAT? Because he's lost 2 GOATs already. All right, number 4, we'll continue. We'll carry on. Kyler Murray. Number 5, it pains me. No. Out of my stubbornness, Josh Allen is at 5. Then number 6, I'll say, all them Cowboys, no tooth Cowboys fans. Think they finna win the Super Bowl. Them boys think they can win the national championship and Super Bowl in the same year. How crazy they fans is. And 7, that's tough, dog. That's a tough one, man.
Still got a couple ones lurking out there.
That's tough, dude. I don't
Not
know.
really. It's easy.
Matt Stafford.
Wrong.
Hey, shout out to Trust Wraith. Why is Kyler over Josh? I believe like Josh and Kyler and Matt, like they're like all like on that realm. So I'm not really mad if you got one over the other. I think all those guys is like very close to each other. Dak as well.
Let's
Go.
hear from our guest. Let's hear from
Yeah,
our
go ahead,
guest.
OJ.
I know
First of
his
all,
list is ready.
Shame on you guys for not having Aaron Rodgers number 1. Shame. Like that's a no brainer. He's number 1. And by the way, when I read this question, I read it as coming into the playoffs. Wild card weekend is here. Who's your top 7?
Yes.
I
yes.
don't read it as in who's my top 7 in general. I read it in how are these guys playing. So
right now. Yes.
Stafford is out of there. He doesn't make the list. Okay, Mr. Big Fix, he's out of there.
Wait,
Thank
based
you.
off
Number
of
1,
right
Aaron
now?
Rodgers.
Let
Number
him
2,
answer.
Patrick Mahomes. Number 3, Tom Brady. Number 4, Joe Burrow. Yes, let's talk
I've
about
been waiting
Joe
for this.
Burrow,
I've been waiting
number
for this.
He's
4.
reading my list.
Yeah, Joe Burrow is really like that. Yeah, listen, Joe. I'm not gonna get into the Bengals and what they could possibly do. That number 5, I have Murray. Number 6, Allen. And 6 and 7, it's whatever, man. I have 6 Allen and 7 Dak.
What is going
My
on?
man read my list.
You said right now. Right now. What?
Yes.
You got Joe Burrow number 4. Why?
Yes.
1000%. Why? Have you been watching him lately?
Yes, he's playing amazing. I give it to him.
Yeah, and
No
he's gonna
doubt.
take that right into the playoffs, man. I'll be honest with you, bro. If I'm in the AFC, I do not want to play the Bengals, bro. I'll tell you that right now. I
Wow.
do not want to play the Bengals.
So you think baby Carson Palmer is just gonna just go to the playoffs and be somebody totally different in his doppelganger? Huh?
Yeah, but Carson Palmer didn't have T. Higgins and Jamar
He
Chase.
had Ocho Cinco, TJ Who's Your Mama, and Chris Henry. Same.
So wait a minute.
Same
Are you
thing.
guys?
That's the same thing.
No, but he gets to play the Raiders.
So you don't have Matthew Stafford at all up here.
Nah.
So
His favorite
Matthew
Stafford. Nah.
Matthew Stafford has 4,800 yards. He has more than Joe
Why
Burrow.
are you making a case
Matthew
for Stafford?
Stafford.
Can we make our list?
No, you guys.
Make our picks, Ron.
No. The way
Ron,
that
take
you guys.
control. Take
No.
control,
Time
Ron.
out. You guys have
Ron, let him
Matthew
get this
Stafford
off.
with 4,800 yards, 41 TDs. He has 17 interceptions, which is a little bit more than Joe Burrow. He has a better record. So based off of your logic, in what world are these guys having a better season than him?
That wasn't the question. The question is coming into the playoffs, who's the top 7 quarterbacks?
It's still Matthew Stafford.
No, it's not.
You guys are crazy.
Wait. So,
OJ.
but before I get your list, Sports Fluent, I want to know if Joe Burrow was on the Rams. Does that change anything? Are they a lot more dangerous and scary?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
They're
yeah.
a problem.
Oh god, yeah.
They're a problem.
Yo.
Matthew Stafford.
Listen, bro. Hold on.
inconsistent.
I'm gonna just repeat this real quick. If Joe Burrow is on the Rams, bro, what he'll do with Odell Beckham, wow. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Like what Odell Beckham would become with Joe Burrows, wow. Like sometimes we forget Odell plays for them, right? And by the way, Odell Beckham saved the Rams behind 2 weeks ago. Like,
Yep.
that was a staff. That was Odell Beckham on those amazing catches.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Odell
Big
Ben, you was
Beckham.
about to say something?
Oh yeah, OJ. So is Burrow better than Herbert?
Was that?
Is he better than Justin Herbert?
No, I don't
Joe
have him
Burrow?
better than Herbert right now. I don't. Overall, I don't have him better, man. Herbert's physical talents are just too much for me to justify him.
He's better than Herbert going into the playoffs.
Like I'm saying, because what we saw for Herbert the last game, that boy.
He's gonna be
crazy.
he's
So
gonna, he's gonna be
basically,
trouble.
what y'all debating is Carson Palmer versus Phillip Rivers. This is just y'all are debating. Like this is why I say, bro. Like this is like so crazy. Like they're debating Carson Palmer and Phillip Rivers right now, 2.0. I know it's new and everybody got recency bias, but these guys are who they are.
Carson Palmer does not have the swag that Joe Burrow has, bro. He
So
doesn't
what
have
swag does he have? Did you see how stiff he
Joe
was
that
when he
to
was
him.
up in there?
It's
I'll
He
give
was
that.
so
just swag.
stiff.
Joe Burrow has this swag. He has this. I don't
What
care who
swag?
you are. I'm gonna come in here. The Chiefs, the whatever. I'm not excited. I don't care. Let's get it popping. He did it against Alabama. Beat him up. He's gonna do it in the NFL. I'm telling you, man. You're looking at their stats, man. But the mindset of Joe Burrow is different than the mindset of Carson Palmer. Two different people.
That's true. I'll give it to him on that.
They the
Joe Burrow
same
got that
person.
it factor.
They act
Joe
just
Burrow is
alike.
like that.
He does have that it factor. I'll give it to
See
him.
y'all in 5 years when y'all wonder is Joe Burrow wasting Jamar Chase's talent. See y'all in 5 years, man. This is what we're gonna ask. We're gonna ask these things, man. This is they are who we are. They young. The league hasn't found out about it, hasn't figured out about them. This is what happens, man. Once the
So
league
so
start
again,
to
you're
figure out
talking
it's
about
over.
down the road. Who's the most dangerous right now heading into the playoffs? That's the question.
Oh no, I already.
You
we
might be
already
right
talk-
down the road.
No.
You might
We
be
already
right.
talked about that. We already talked about that. But
Yeah.
I just so I. Carson
Hey man,
Palmer
I don't have the
2.0,
crystal
man.
ball. Until then,
I wish I did. Playing the lottery numbers.
Okay, so what's your list, Floyd?
I'm telling. I think he just read off my list because I
All right,
got.
can
And listen,
you just
let
read it
me
off
say
for
this.
us?
I'm going to
Yeah.
read it for you because here's the
get
thing.
mines.
You know, the first name that I'm going to say, based on that helmet behind me, is the biggest praise I could ever give a quarterback. Because I got Aaron Rodgers number one. And you know I hate Aaron Rodgers. I hate everything about Aaron Rodgers. I hate the way he looks. I hate the way he smiles. I hate the way he talks. I hate the way he walks. I hate everything about Aaron Rodgers. I am born to hate everything Green Bay. And I'm picking Aaron Rodgers number one. Number two is Patrick Mahomes. Number three is Tom Brady. Number four is Joe Burrow. Number five is Kyler Murray. Then you got Josh Allen and Dak Prescott. Notice Matthew Stafford is not on that list because he's on the outside with Derek Carr looking in.
Okay.
That's what I think of Matthew Stafford, Derek Carr.
One last question. I just need a quick answer. Just a one-word answer. Just one last name. Who's the worst quarterback in the playoffs? Ben.
The worst?
Yes.
You know who it is.
Can I answer
You're
first?
setting him up
Can
for
I
this
answer
hate.
first?
Why are you setting him up for this?
I'll
You
help
know
him
who
out.
it is.
Can I answer
But
first,
name,
Ron?
as soon as he
Jalen
answers,
Hurts,
one
bro.
name
It's
came to
Jalen
mind.
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
All right, who you got, Dub?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Oh, really?
Well, no, well him and Derek Carr is tough, but I'll give it. I'll say Jalen Hurts is the worst out of everybody.
And is that?
Oh wait. Jimmy G's in the playoff, right?
Yeah.
You're
Ooh,
both,
Ben
you guys are. You know
Roethlisberger,
what?
too.
You guys are both wrong. Actually,
Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben just got it right.
Oh, Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben just got it right.
Yep, there
Yeah,
we
I
go.
forgot
I
about
forgot about
Ben,
the
bro. I
Steelers.
think we all forgot about
Trash.
Ben.
Yep, I did
Yeah.
forget about.
I would have said Jalen Hurts because I forgot about Ben, but I'm gonna revise. I'll say Big Ben for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
waiting for you to. I
Ben.
was waiting for all you to say Jalen, so I could say Ben. Ben is the
And-
worst quarterback right now.
Yep.
Everybody agrees it's Big Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too,
Yeah,
Ben?
for sure.
Bob's Burgers. Ben Ravensburger.
No,
It's Baker Mayfield. All right. Even if Baker Mayfield isn't in the playoffs, he's the worst quarterback. Like that dude is bad. It's Baker Mayfield. Like that's the worst quarterback in the playoffs.
Facts.
He's not even in the
Facts.
playoffs. Like that dude is bad, dog.
Facts.
And
I
if
can't
you
defend
guys-
him no more.
If you guys consistently tune in, you know we cannot go an episode without mentioning Butter
Butters.
Mayfield.
Butter
Butter
Mayfield.
Butters.
So now
And
we
isn't
will
it-
move on.
Isn't it so? I don't. Isn't it so Cleveland Browns that they want to bring him back as a starter next year? Like
Man.
it just
Ugh.
they want to lose. They want to
Ugh.
lose.
I don't know what goes on with that organization.
They want to lose.
God bless Cleveland. Ron, what you got?
Our next topic, we are going to talk about TJ Watt tying Michael Strahan's NFL sack record. I need to know how you guys feel about this. Is this a big feat? Does this put him at the head of that race that he's in right now? Like, you guys talk to me. We got an open field right now.
I'm in a big debate on this one. I'm getting
Can I go
people.
first?
Yeah, go. Yeah, go.
It's an open field.
I'll say this. And I'm gonna just say I don't want anyone to say, "Oh, we have one more game than Michael Strahan," because he missed 2 games. So hopefully nobody says that, right? So it's fair. He didn't. I think he actually did it in less games than Strahan. But the biggest difference for me is that Michael Strahan did it in a time where they weren't passing as much as they were in today's NFL. And so TJ Watt has an opportunity to, get a lot more chances to sack quarterbacks because they're passing a lot more. So so to me, I'm gonna edge in terms of how impressive it is. I'm gonna edge it a little bit to Strahan. But the one thing I'll say to sort of push back against my own logic is that Michael Strahan played on a generational defensive line. OC Human, I think OC. I don't know if he played with
Chris
JPP.
Canty.
He played with some monsters, bro, and those monsters were responsible for handing TB 2 L's in the Super Bowl, right? So there is that. We have to factor that in as well. Whereas with TJ Watt, I think it's Cam Hayward as the other All-Pro caliber player. He's playing on the defensive line, but to me, I'm going to edge it to Strahan for those reasons.
I'm in this debate because I'm on the fence. Because on one hand, I know OJ doesn't want to talk about it, but yeah, he did it in 15 games, whereas Strahan did it in 16. But in reality, TJ got hurt and missed 2 games. So if there wasn't a 17th game, he never would have got the record. That being said, records are records, right? We don't hold OJ, the other OJ Simpson's 2,000 yards rushing in higher regard than the other 2,000 rushing yards, even though OJ did it in 14 games. No one ever talks about that. Okay, some people do who know that. Okay, I do too. Not the general public doesn't do that. So I'm torn because he did it. He tied the record, but he didn't he only had the opportunity to do it because there's an extra game. And this is going to be something for all the records, right? Like, how do we hold these records because now they have an extra game to do it? So that's where I'm torn. The other part to OG's point was I was going to bring up the same thing. They're passing so much more. You better get more sacks. So it actually, I don't know that it takes away from TJ's. It might add to Strahan's because he got that many sacks on that many fewer passing attempts. Right. So that's why it's impressive, though. At the end of the day, one more game, one less game, he still tied that record, which is pretty damn impressive.
If I could just add one more thing too, and hopefully someone touches on this, the fact that Michael Strahan was a pure edge rusher, as in a defensive end, whereas TJ Watt, sometimes he lines up.
He's a linebacker.
He's technically a linebacker. So and I'm not going to speak on it, I'm just throwing it out there. If maybe that makes a difference, like is that a variable we should consider in this dialogue?
So, So what TJ Watt has done is great. It's phenomenal. But I want to ask Ben and Bama this question: do you guys think that TJ Watt deserves to be Defensive Player of the Year? Ben, I'll start it off with you, and then Bama will be second.
Of course, it is not even close. It's definitely not even close. I remember they had him. They had people on TikTok and stuff. They had Michael Parsons over him. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like that's just ridiculous. TJ Watt deserves Defensive Player of the Year. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm in debating about this in my head. I think he's gonna be better than his brother JJ all time.
Ooh,
bold prediction.
That's big.
Bold prediction. Bama?
Boy,
I think so.
I'll say this. Individually, TJ Watt is possibly up there, but to what OJ said, I think Michael Strahan made those defenses elite or as special as what they are. And what I mean by that, you get certain players just based off of how they play, it forces you to play better. I was fortunate to play with a few guys like that. When you see them do what they do, I guess it like inspires you to go out there and play a lot harder. Because I think he played with JPP in the beginning, and then you saw what happened to JPP's career right after. He became pretty fierce pass rusher as well. So I would probably say that's why I would say Michael, even though he tied Michael Strahan's record, that's why I would give Michael Strahan the edge because of based off of how he plays. It almost inspires everybody to. That whole defense was locked tight, you know what I mean? And you know who the leader was, Michael Strahan. TJ Watt, phenomenal edge rusher, but that's pretty much it. Kind of like when I come in the game and I know like they finna do this, I can pin my ears back a whole different way. Versus when they was trying to give it to a Myles Garrett, I can see how you'll want to give it to a Myles Garrett because Myles Garrett is more that Michael Strahan type DN. He gonna stop the run and he gonna go get your quarterback on third down. So he's not really coming off the field. Versus with TJ Watt, you got a certain guy out there first, and then you come sub TJ Watt in. TJ Watt does play majority of the game because of his athleticism, but basically on downs where you know they go run the ball, TJ Watt gonna be further out on the edge versus in there making it more complicated for the running back to run the ball. My defensive player of the year, I mean, yeah, it could go to TJ Watt, man, but I mean, I don't know, man. I really feel like if you really look at it, I gotta keep going with him. Matt Judon. He was a difference. Like that's what I'm saying. He was a difference maker. Like the plays he made was the reason why the Patriots were in the position they was in, and why Mac Jones had the opportunities he had to have that growing experience throughout the season. That I don't know. I like TJ Watt though. Individually, he did have the best season for us with the numbers. Me myself personally, offensive players of the year, defensive players of the year. I look at how well they affected their team. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's based off of numbers majority of the time, but me, I look at it how well you playing with numbers and how does those numbers translate to how your team is performing. And if you look at the defense of the Patriots, you look out there and see number 9 and they playing well. So that's just how I'm looking at it.
Where Ben, you got any rebuttal to that?
Nah, I just think TJ Watt is just the defense player of the year, period. That's what I'm thinking.
How do you feel, Dub?
I'm going with TJ, bro. TJ should have won last year, honestly, bro. Then they snubbed him last year, so this year they're gonna correct itself. TJ's it's the runaway, bro. It's no question.
Okay, okay. All right, so moving on into our next segment, we will be getting into yes or BS. I'm gonna ask you guys a question, and I need a simple yes, I believe this, or no, this is bullshit. Guys, let me know. All right. The first question I have for you, OJ, are the Niners the dark horse contender in the NFC? Yes or BS?
I mean, they're probably gonna be the Cowboys, so they got a lucky draw. But no, last time I checked, I think Jimmy Garoppolo is still their quarterback. So no, that's a no-go for me. So BS, absolutely not. If anything, to answer that question, my dark horse would be the Bengals.
In the
In the
NFC?
NFC. No, it's in the NFC.
Oh, you're saying specifically just in the NFC?
Yeah, yeah.
If that's the case, then I don't really have a dark horse. I don't like the 40. I mean, they might beat the Cowboys, but that's as far as they'll get. They're like, I mean, they might make a game of Arizona. I mean, it's a division rival. I don't trust Garoppolo, man.
I think
really
they
don't.
got they have
No,
the Packers next round if they win.
If San Francisco
Yeah.
wins and Philadelphia loses, it's Green Bay, San Francisco.
Oh yeah, then yeah, nah. Yeah, I mean, I have them beating the Cowboys, but I don't. They're not a dark horse, no.
Okay, Bama. Niners dark horse, yes or BS?
No.
I think Bama's saying BS.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Next.
Okay, Dub.
You said which team?
The Niners
Oh,
are
the
a dark horse
Niners.
contender in the NFC.
Nah,
Yes or
just like the
BS?
Eagles, they have no chance. No chance at
Okay.
all.
Only dark horses, Cardinals and Rams. If you really want to consider those dark horses.
Rams
Nah,
isn't
yeah.
a dark horse.
It's not a dark horse.
BS.
BS. Fluid.
Listen, to be a dark horse contender, you have to be a contender. San Francisco is not a contender, therefore BS.
And we have a clean sweep. My next question. The Titans are the best team in the AFC with Derrick Henry. Yes or BS, OJ?
The Titans are frauds. They are the most overrated person I've ever seen in my I've been watching football for a long time. I cannot really remember the last time I saw a number 1 seed that's as overrated as they are. And they're not overrated in that people think they're good. They're overrated in that don't be fooled by the fact that they're the number 1 seed. With or without Derrick Henry, I'm not excited. No. So I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Damn.
honestly
Bama.
think they're probably gonna lose it, and I'd have to see how it matches up to see who they put in the divisional round. But yeah,
Okay.
with or without Derrick Henry, I don't have them. I'm going very far. And or if you do get Derrick Henry, like what you're gonna get 60% Derrick Henry. So yeah, he might be a detriment more than a benefit to them at this point. So
Okay. How you feel, Bama?
Before I say this, Derrick Henry, if you watch Player's Choice, relax, man. Chill. If you got a kid, take time off, spend time with your kid. Don't go back, man. Relax, dude. Like they running you in the ground, bro. Like I love you, brother. Relax, put your feet up, chill. I'm gonna say this. I said that to say this. People don't change, only situations and circumstances do. And I don't believe in Ryan Tannehill.
Thank
When
you.
he was at Miami, they used to force him to throw the ball 40, 50 times, and we saw he'll throw you right out of game over and over and over again. Even in Tennessee, even though they asked him to throw the ball 20 times a game, they even showed in the playoffs last year what he'll do. AJB breaks wide open down the sideline, he throws it to somebody covered, and he only throws it like 15 times a game. So it's like, I don't trust him at quarterback. In the playoffs, it boils down to quarterback play. And that's what's going to get in the way, especially right now. Especially right now, how they put an emphasis on passing the ball. We might not never see another situation where Trent Dilfer goes to a Super Bowl and wins it, or Rex Grossman, or a situation like that, because they put a lot of stress on quarterback play, quarterback play. And if we base it off quarterback play, Ryan Tannehill is the biggest fraud. He's one step above Butter. Like if Butter right here, he knocking on the door like, hey, what y'all doing in there? Hear the music playing, like he knocking on the door, like he trying to see what they doing up in Butter's house. So
He wants to get in those commercials.
yeah, I don't have to agree with my boy OJ. He a fraud. I don't believe in him. If they had another quarterback besides Butter and besides Ryan Tannehill, I will even say this. I hate to say this. If Jalen Hurts was their quarterback, I would believe in him a lot more.
I can't
I'm
believe
serious. I'm
Bama,
serious.
the
If
fact,
Jalen
the
Hurts
fact
OJ and
that you
OJ, you
said
don't
that,
know. Jalen's been getting hate
yo,
every
the
week.
fact that whole turn that you just had, that whole I see you coming to the light side a little bit and a little bit, I see it, Bama, I see it, and the fact that you said that, it brings a smile to my face, bro. To answer your question, Ron, I'm gonna go with yes. Like Derrick Henry is that dude. And listen, Jimmy Garoppolo went to the Super Bowl with a dominant rush defense and I'm a rushing team and a great defense as well. Now, if the Titans play defense the way that they have been doing in these past few weeks with a healthy Derrick Henry, I believe they definitely have a shot. Most definitely, we've seen Jimmy Garoppolo make it to the Super Bowl. Why can't Ryan Tannehill, especially with all the pieces that he has? AJ Brown, Julio. Come on, man. I wouldn't say like it's a foregone conclusion, but they definitely have a chance, just like any other team. And Fluent and Bama, you guys are big on rushing and defense, at that being the key to football. So I'm
That
very
is
surprised
true.
to you guys saying it's
That
BS.
is true.
I
Very
haven't said anything
surprised.
yet.
Oh,
Can I
my
ask
bad.
you this? Can I ask y'all this? Because I see a lot of y'all. Why do y'all hate Jimmy Garoppolo so bad? I don't think he's that bad as how everybody make him out to be.
Well,
I feel,
it's
Because
just the whole.
because Dub looks at his he looks at him and he doesn't realize he wins like 80% of his games. He doesn't care about production.
No, no, no. I don't care about yards and everything like that. Winning is everything. I don't think
Oh,
Jimmy G is a terrible quarterback. It's just the standard that you just trying to put Ryan Tannehill on and saying like, listen, bro, Jimmy G isn't this quarterback where he's like this guy, you know. So if Jimmy G's not really that guy and he's able to go to the Super Bowl, what's to say Ryan Tannehill can't? With what you guys say, a great rushing team and a great defense.
let's not compare the 49ers defense to the Titans defense, though, man. There's levels
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
Forrest Buckner and
Oh,
the
of course.
company.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Of
Fred
course.
Warner.
As far as Jimmy Garoppolo, to answer your question, Bama, to me, Jimmy Garoppolo, he's not gonna lose you the game, but he's sure as hell not gonna win you the game either. He is the epitome of mediocrity, and that's my issue with him. If you have to go win the game down by whatever against an elite team, forget about it. That's my issue with him. He's not gonna win you the game.
That's facts.
Mm. For
Okay,
for
Ben, how you
for
feel?
me,
Yes or BS?
BS for I just think best team in the AFC. Nah, I just think you got Chiefs. I think New England's better than the Titans. So yeah, BS.
Okay. Last but not least,
Fluent.
So the question is Tennessee the best team in the AFC? They had the best season. They're definitely not losing this week.
Bye
Other
week.
than that, that's
That's
about all
very
I can
true.
give them. That's all.
very true.
That's all I can give them, because here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at they're going to be in the first round. They're the number 1 seed with a bye. They're either going to play the Bengals, because I think the Bengals beat the Raiders, the Patriots, because I think the Patriots are going to beat the Bills, and do they make it out of that first round? Their first round, and the answer is no. So therefore, no.
Bengals is a bad matchup for them, man.
I don't have them. I don't have them winning a game. Therefore, no, I can't pick them as. So BS. They're not the best team in the AFC. Because even if they did win that game, are they beating Kansas City?
No,
Because
we
that's
know
who they're
this.
playing. If they make it past that first game, no. So no.
Okay.
And listen, and I will to Bama's point. Let me just say, I am worried about Derrick Henry. I think that they were running him into the ground. He got hurt because of that, and they're going to bring him back.
Bengals not beating the Raiders. I'm gonna let y'all know that too.
Okay. And yeah, I'm worried about what happens if Derrick Henry comes into that game and they're just going to go right back to giving him the ball, 30 times, and that's a recipe
And I
for
feel like they
him
will.
getting hurt.
I feel like they will.
And they will, yeah.
Yeah, T-Bone in the chest, and they gonna spam Derrick. They gonna spam that man, dog.
They're going to
That's
spam Henry
ridiculous.
like they spam Giannis.
Halfback
TK.
dive,
Yep.
dog. Halfback dive. Halfback. That's the only play they got.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question. Yes or BS? Matt Stafford will finally get over the hump this year.
Yes.
You mean by winning one
Yes.
playoff game? Is that what you mean?
Yes, he
You
will.
guys determine what his hump is. I don't know what his hump
Well,
is.
he's
You
0-3,
determine what
so his hump is winning
He's
a playoff
going
game.
to the NFC Championship. He
Is
is
he
going
gonna be a backup on
to the NFC
on the
Championship.
Packers?
Don't
He's
they?
backing up Aaron Rodgers this year?
He's going to the NFC Championship. They're going to meet up in the NFC
Okay.
Championship.
So
Correct?
Dub says yes. Get the rest of the BSs.
Okay. Bama?
I don't know what hump it is. If it's a hump making it to the playoffs, because he barely does that, yeah, he got over it. He's there. Congratulations. If it's a hump of winning a playoff game, I don't know. He's in for a dogfight with the Cardinals. Kyler Murray not going to go down easy. I don't know why people just think that he's not as advertised. Like I said, like that really is a dark horse to win the Super Bowl, because they got a chance. I don't know what people call dark horses, but Niners definitely is one. They have no chance. But for that team, people just sleeping on, it might be them. I think they healed up. They getting healed up at the right time. Cliff Kingsbury got his favorite toy in K1. I don't know. Watch out for the Cardinals, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Watch out for the Cardinals.
Okay, Ben?
BS.
BS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
OJ?
I mean, a lot of times when you look at playoff matchups, man, look at the quarterback matchup, and I like Kyler over Staff, and so I just Stafford comes up short in big moments. Look at the pick sixes. Look at the interceptions. Like the dude is not throwing him in the. He waits till the game is close or tight or in the balance, then he throws a pick six. Like he's very strategic with his interceptions, bro.
What?
So for those reasons, no.
What has Kyler
Yeah.
showed you?
He's a
Question.
less talent. No, hold on. He's a less talented Brett Favre. So here's the thing: when you say the hump, so I get it that he was on Detroit for the first 12 years. He only made it to the playoffs 25% of the time. So that is a hump, right? That is a hump that he got to. No, I think three out of 12, right? Yeah, I think three, because he's 0-3. Yeah, he's 0-3. So that's yeah. So yeah, that's a hump. Yes, he's crossed it. If the hump is like an Andy Dalton hump, does he get his first playoff win? Then the answer is no, because they're losing to Arizona. And you're probably going to be, and Dub's going to make up an excuse when he throws a pick six to cost him the game. And the receiver should have caught it or tipped someone's hand.
I get you guys, though. I get you with the lack of faith, but I want to understand, what has Kyler Murray showed you?
He's new.
To have faith. He's
He's
new.
new.
I
He doesn't.
understand that.
I don't have
So for
12 years. I don't have 12 years of tape on
yeah,
Matthew
yeah.
Stafford.
listen, young age matters. Age matters. If you guys don't know,
But
age matters. The Rams lost to the Falcons the year after, right? The
yeah,
year after they went to the Super Bowl, the Falcons. They faced the Rams, even though that they weren't a better team than the Rams. You want to know why? Because of experience. And Matt Ryan said that before the game. He said experience is what's gonna win this game, and that's exactly what happened. I'm sorry. I love the Cardinals. They don't have D Hop. The guys aren't experienced enough. They're not beating the Rams, and those are just facts. That should just be a plain fact. I will put $300 that the damn Rams is going to beat the Cardinals. That's how much faith I think that they're going to go. If you're going to put all your faith on a rookie, on not a rookie, but a second year guy who's never even tasted the playoff success at all,
right.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Hold on.
Yes. Because
You're
did
putting.
you
Hold
just
on.
hear what
You're
I said
putting.
about
See what you
Tannehill?
just said. You're gonna put your faith in a third year, whatever you said, guy who's never tasted the playoff success. You're putting your faith in a 12-year veteran who's never tasted playoff success. He
He's
doesn't know what it's like to win.
he's been on the Lions, Fluent. What do you want him to do? The
Win a
Lions,
game.
you know this more than anything. Some organizations are just allergic to success. That is the organization that he has been a part of for the last 12 years. And for you to just put this
I
thing
also
on him
said the
is
quarterback takes
unfair.
50%.
I'll say this. I'll say this, Dub. I think the whole experience thing in this particular case is a little bit overstated. At the end of the day, the Rams and Arizona, they are very familiar teams. They know each other very well. Like
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's not gonna be sitting in the pocket like, oh my gosh, I'm in the playoffs. Look at these bright lights. No, man, he's faced his team a whole bunch of time. He has a massive advantage in that he's facing this particular team. If it was the Bucs or another team away on the road or whatever. Well, I mean, it's gonna be on the road regardless. So to me, that familiarity with the Rams is gonna sort of neutralize some of that lack of experience that he has.
Okay, fellas, we will get into our next topic, which is the coaching carousel that is going on in the NFL right now. A lot of coaches have gotten fired. Um, you guys can feel free to chime in. I'm gonna just name off some of the coaches that were fired. Obviously, the Bears fired Nagy. The Vikings fired Zimmer. Um, the Dolphins fired Flores, and also the Giants just fired their coach as well. It's 7 coaching vacancies right now, including the Raiders and I'm not sure the other team, but
Dolphins.
who the Dolphins? Oh no, I
Not the
mentioned the
Raiders.
Dolphins.
Yeah, you
It's
did.
Wait a minute. J
It's
Rock,
the dog.
my bad. J Rock in the chat. Dub, he playing like he on the lines. The man is what? What's his record? 12 and 4 or something like that. Like, come on, stop it, J Rock,
Oh my
stop it.
God.
That man is playing great. He's playing amazing. The picks is there, but it'll be fine. They're
I'm
beating
gonna
the
tell you
Cardinals.
again, Dub. I'm gonna tell you again. People don't change. Only situations and circumstances do. Matt Ryan is 0-3 in the playoffs, found ways to lose those 3 playoff games. Here's his 4th playoff game. Guess what he's gonna do? Find a way to lose it. Different team, same man. Yeah, Stafford. It's gonna happen. You can't. It is who Thanos said it the best. You can dread it, run from it. Destiny all
Destiny
arrives the
always
same.
arrives.
Come on, come on, man.
Bam, are you trying to say that Matthew Stafford is a glorified gunslinger? Is that what you're trying to say?
He is. He is. Like he's going to put those crazy numbers up. Everybody gonna be like, oh, because look, this is what I tell people, and I think this is what it goes off of a lot. And that's why I say this is probably why I'm going to stop watching football. People go off of fantasy football numbers and then associate that to them being a good player, not knowing that fantasy football is you can do retarded stuff. I've seen running backs not even have 50 yards rushing, but have 20 points in fantasy because they got a couple reception or something like that. So it's like you can just do ridiculous things and put up crazy fancy numbers. Doesn't necessarily mean that you the best player or the best quarterback. Jalen, like for instance, Jalen Hurts, fantasy football monger. Is he the best quarterback in the playoffs? No. Same thing, man, with Matthew Stafford putting up all of them numbers. It's just air. It's just hollow. It's nice to look at, but when it boiled down to it, like OJ said, you go throw a pick 6 at it's gonna be strategic. It's gonna be one of them points where it's just like it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt the worst. Like, oh, we need this down by 1, pick 6. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to happen. And like I say, I don't trust Matt Stafford because he's already showed us who he is over somebody who we don't know. We don't know yet about Kyler Murray. This is his first appearance. Who knows? He might be a playoff gamer. He might really be Baby Yoda out there. So we don't know. We'll see. We'll see coming up when they play him. When they play him this Sunday, I believe, right? Or
Yeah.
whenever they play him.
Listen, they're gonna lose, and I promise you they will lose. The fact that you guys are putting faith in a guy who's never even tasted playoff success at all yet, or not even gotten that window yet, is mind-boggling.
Dub, I have a
But
question
Dub,
for
how
you.
do you know this is a guy that you've never seen? How do you know he doesn't come in and light it up?
I just have a one quick
Because
question for you. Dub.
because
The
he's
one thing I do
Stafford
know,
better
the
than
one thing I do
because
know
he's
is,
like I told you, Fluent. Like I told you a few weeks
but
ago,
you
I said
don't
that
know.
no. I said that the Cardinals. This is what's gonna happen. I said the Cardinals are gonna begin to fall, and I predicted. I said the Cardinals was gonna go 1-2, and they went 1-2. Fluent. They don't have D Hop. Fluent. It's just easier to game plan for those guys. It just is.
Have you ever seen Kyler Murray in the playoffs? Yes or no?
No, but I
No,
said
no, no, no,
based
no.
off
Yes
what
or
I
no?
said.
Hold on.
No, I said
Hold on. Yes or
no.
no? I'm asking you rapid fire questions. Hold on.
Go
So
ahead,
the answer is
Fluent.
no, you've never seen him.
Okay,
Have you
go
seen
ahead.
Matthew Stafford in the playoffs?
Yes,
Yes or no?
Fluent. Yes, Fluent.
Has
Yes.
he won any games in the playoffs?
No.
So at this point in their career, they both have the same number of wins in the playoffs.
Okay, let me go off of your logic. Joe Burrow, what you said for Joe Burrow. Who is coming in more hotter? The Rams or the damn Cardinals? The Cardinals are 1-2 within their last 3 games. So of course I mean not the Rams. The Cardinals are 1-2 in their last 3 games. So of course the Rams are coming in hotter. They're more in stride. The Cardinals just lost to Seattle. They beat the Cowboys and they lost it the week before. They're not hot right now, Fluent, and you know this.
Ron, what was the question about coaching? I don't know how where we
The
where,
coaching,
where,
the coaching,
where,
the coaching vacancies.
Yes.
what was the actual question?
Well, I just wanted you guys to talk about how you guys felt about these coaches being fired. Did they
Okay.
deserve to be fired? And whether you have a suitable replacement for that certain team. We
Okay.
got the Vikings, the Bears, the Dolphins, the Giants, and the Raiders. And
And
it's
the Jags, I think.
Not the
yeah, it is the
The
Jags.
Oh yeah, the
The Jags
Jags,
were
the
real early.
Jags, the
I forgot about
Jags.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you said the okay. You said the Giants and
What-
the Jags.
I want to talk
Well, the
about
Raiders.
Giants. I want to talk about the Giants for a little bit, right? They recently fired Joe Judge, right? So the Giants now have hired and fired 3 coaches in 6 seasons, and I believe they've played 2 seasons each of the coaches. Like it baffles me how NFL owners think that you can give a guy, whether it's a GM or a coach, 2 years to completely change a culture. It does. Now, granted, there's some situations like with Urban Meyer, he has to go. Like to me, if you've drastically regressed, you got to go. If you've lost a locker room, you have to go. But you have to give guys more time. And this is the worst thing about the Giants, right? The owner committed to Joe Judge, I believe, like 2-3 weeks ago, and said that we're gonna bring you back. Like your
Kiss of
job is
death.
safe.
Kiss of death.
Literally 2 days ago, a report comes out that a couple Giants players don't like Joe Judge. What happens today? He gets fired. Like to me, that is the most incompetent form of ownership. To where every single week, 2 years, where the fan base, which let's be honest, the New York Giants fan base is the most incompetent fan base in all of NFL. Every 2 years, they cry wolf for a new coach. Guess what? Jim Mora, whatever the Giants owner, he gets some new coach. It doesn't work, man. So philosophically, I disagree with the approach on the coaches. Now, the last thing I'll say is this: we got to look at Eric Bieniemy and the Bucs OC and the Bucs DC. Those guys are top candidates, and I think Flores will get a job as well. And as far as the coaching vacancies, to me, there's not a lot of sexy destinations. I would like to think that the Minnesota job is probably the most optimal job if I was a coach, as far as which one I would choose from the 5 vacancies.
Okay.
So to answer your question, did Nagy deserve it? Yes, 100%. Every
for
year
sure.
every season they've won less games. He's shown that he doesn't know how to call plays. He shows that he's not the guy to game plan for their future quarterback. So he had to go. I'm glad they got rid of the GM too. Zimmer's an interesting one because he didn't make the playoffs 2 years in a row, which is the first time that as head coach that he hadn't. So that's an interesting one. Okay. Flores 100% did not deserve to be fired. I think that was a terrible firing.
Yeah.
I think that had more to do with, and here's the thing, they don't just get fired on performance, because I can tell you Lovie Smith had 10 wins and got fired. I could tell you who was the coach, Caldwell in Detroit, 10 wins, got fired. Never should have got fired. So it's not just about wins and losses. It's a lot about conversations in the back rooms. If I could tell you the story about what happened in Cleveland to my friend coach, right? Where they told, here's an extension. They gave him a damn extension and said, your offensive coordinator's been talking crap behind your back to your quarterback and causing a rift. We're going to get rid of him. The next day they fire both of them, right? It's less to do with performance, more there's politics too. Joe Judge, I'm not surprised he got fired, but it's a bad look on the Giants, like to what OJ mentioned, all those things. And then Jacksonville, obviously, I think that needed to change. In terms of who should be coaching, it's all the right names that people are interviewing, or at least talking about. Eric Bieniemy, Flores, like you said, Bowles, Leftwich. So those are the guys that probably get the first looks. And I hope they do. I hope they don't just kind of recycle a bunch of old, bad, like Doug. The Bears are interviewing Doug Peterson. Like, no.
Well, let me ask you this. I do have a pushback with Flores. I agree that it wasn't justified, but at the same time, he does get some blame. I in my opinion,
Who's justified?
I think he badly managed Tua. I really do. I think from the moment Tua got there, he wanted to get Watson in there every single year.
No,
Tua never felt. Listen, Tua is the worst quarterback in the NFL, bro. He never felt at home, and Flores did a horrible job making him feel comfortable.
He didn't. And that's what I'm saying. That one was less about his performance. Yeah, that one was less about performance and more about, again, that's for lack of a better term, the political one, because he didn't want Tua. And they want Tua, and he's like, well, if I'm going to have this team, I don't want Tua, get rid of him. It's not a surprise. Every time Watson's name came up, there was a rumor about Miami. He was probably dropping it because he wanted that to happen. And then when it was clear that, hey, you know what, and Tua's actually pretty good. Well, if you don't want Tua and we think Tua's pretty good, well, then something's got to give. You got to go. We also missed Vic Fangio in Denver. That's another one that I think actually might be the best opportunity.
Actually, that's a hot job. I didn't think about that. I forgot. Yeah,
I'm gonna say Dolphins. Same reason what you said. Can't go against your quarterback. Yeah. I knew it was something in that locker room once. I saw Tua didn't have the captain. Yes, when Zach Wilson was a captain, had the captain, Jalen Hurts, all of them. Even when you was talking about Dub, they don't believe in him. I was like, well, they believe in him somewhat because they made him a team captain.
Yeah. I think Mac Jones too, right?
Yeah, all the rookie, even Trevor Lawrence,
all quarterbacks. Period.
Well, it's your franchise quarterback. They're supposed to lead your team.
Yeah, even Butter is the captain. That's what I'm saying. Like, for the Dolphins to not make Tua the captain, and he wheeled off 7 wins in a row, and he was playing pretty much competent, way above what he was supposed to be playing, coming off a hip, that kind of shows. Now, I want to say that to say this. This sets it up for this. This is what I want. I want them to push for Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh has never coached
in Miami.
Yeah, in Miami, college guy, still something that Tua can relate to. Mm-hmm. Jim Harbaugh is used to dealing with trash quarterbacks. I'm not saying Tua trash, but what I'm saying is he has a quarterback-friendly offenses. Colin Kaepernick, trash, in my opinion. A lot of those games, he threw them out the game with his passes. At Michigan, if you look at the quarterbacks he's had, the success he's had it with very subpar quarterback play. Tua will probably be one of the more dynamic quarterbacks he's ever had. And then let's just say this, in the draft, if they can get Hassan Haskins, the running back over there, what he has at Michigan right now, Miami has a chance to really, really do some special. They just really need a run game. They need a legit run game and to possibly get another dynamic playmaker at receiver and get the right coach, which I believe is Jim Harbaugh. That might be something special. That's what I really want to see out the Dolphins, to get Jim Harbaugh over there to see what he does with Tua.
Yeah. And this is not I'd like to see Byron Leftwich in Jacksonville.
Yep.
Ben, how you feel?
For me,
who deserved to be fired and who didn't?
For me, the Bears fired Nagy, deserved to be fired. Joe Judge deserved to be fired. Flores, I was like, I didn't like that at all. I want the Bears to get Flores, by the way. I want the Bears to get Flores.
I like that.
Yeah. And Zimmer, the thing about the Vikings is they got the talent, but it's just the play calling there. Like the play calling there, I don't get what they're doing over there. And I'm shocked Pete Carroll's not gone. I don't. It don't matter if he leaves or not. Cause I just want Russ to be by himself. Like I want to see a coach, another coach besides like Pete Carroll being there. Russ need to be by himself. But I think the defensive coordinator for Seattle got to go as well. Ken Norton Jr. Terrible.
Okay. Dub, how you feel about the coaches?
To go off of what Bama was saying about the Dolphins and what I said about Jalen Hurts, as a coach, regardless of what quarterback you have to have faith in that guy to do what he does, and you have to be able to work around that. So people on TikTok and Instagram were like, "Oh, why is this guy getting fired when his record isn't even that bad?" It's like there's a reason. It's a personal reason. You have to, as a coach, you have to have a connection with your players. You have to build that connection because that's how you'll gain the most out of those players. So Flores just wasn't doing that job, especially with Tua not making the team captain, for example. So, that firing was very much deserving. I'm happy that Nagy got fired. Extremely happy because it's almost the same
Mm-hmm.
exact scenario. And then for Mike Zimmer, the thing about Mike Zimmer and the Vikings, it was like they had so much potential to be this great talent with all the guys that they got on a year in and year out basis, and they just always went under. Always went under. They always failed to meet those expectations. Not even be title contenders to where a couple years ago we all thought that the Vikings, like it was like 2, 3 years ago, that the Vikings was one of the best teams in the league, but they just always failed to meet up to those expectations, and that's the reason why he got fired. Did you get into Joe Judge?
But
I
but
mean,
let
he's
me
out there.
but let me ask you this though. Minnesota doesn't have a quarterback. Isn't that part of the problem? You need a
That is part of
quarterback
the
who
that
can
that is
win.
that is
They
part of the
do.
problem
They
too.
do. He just not developed yet.
Kirk Cousins?
No.
Or are you talking about Munn?
Kellen Munn. Yeah,
Yeah, Munn's
Kellen.
gonna. I think Munn's gonna be
Yeah,
good. I
he's
think
gonna
Munn's
be
gonna be
nice.
good.
Also, this too, I want to say this too about the coaches opening. I don't want to see. I love Byron Leftwich. I love Bieniemy. I love all them guys for as coaches, and I want to see them be head coaches. But before those guys get a job, I want to see Jim Caldwell get a job first because I
Yeah,
really
that's a
felt
shame
like
that he's not.
he
Yeah,
wasn't. He still should be up there in Detroit or so, he's forget it anywhere. He still should be coaching. I feel like he got the short end of the stick in his coaching career, and I want because I hear his name a lot. They've been bringing up his name a lot since these vacancies been going on. So with that being said, I want to see that guy get a job first before they pull up a coordinator to the head coaching ranks. Let's get a guy that had success as a head coach and get him back up in there.
And thank God the Giants fired Joe Judge. I don't know if y'all seen that. What was that? That QB sneak play on 39?
39 on their own 3 yard line.
Yo, yeah, he needs to get up out of here, bro. That guy's disgusting.
Yeah.
Right now we're gonna get into some predictions real quick, and then we'll jump into our playoff bracket. Who do you guys got for the MVP? Bama, start off with you.
I mean, outside, they're gonna give it to a quarterback. So of course, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, me myself personally, I would have gave it to Jonathan Taylor.
Mhm.
Mix it up. He was
Mhm.
the most valuable player to his team. Um, I would have gave it to Jonathan Taylor. I love running backs, but it's Aaron Rodgers right now playing out of his mind. Team first place in the NFC, pretty much the favorites for the Super Bowl. So I'll say Aaron Rodgers.
Got you, Ben.
For me, you already know Rogers, man. He winning back to back.
Every
Rogers going back to back.
everybody gonna say Rogers. I believe OJ. You're gonna lean more towards Rogers, right?
I mean, there is this other guy. I forgot his name. I think there's only one quarterback that threw for 5,000 yards this year, but I still think it's gonna be Rodgers. But I think he should be considered a little bit more. But I'm going with Rodgers.
Fluent.
are you asking who should win or who's gonna win?
Fluent.
Because who
Whatever you
should
want.
win?
Yep.
Because
Who's going to win?
Because
Who's
who's gonna
going to
win?
win?
Who's gonna win is
No.
Tom Brady.
Who should? Oh.
What?
Who's gonna win is Tom Brady.
Think so?
Really?
Yep. Yep. Because listen.
That's surprising.
I talked to a number of small number of people who either vote or talk to people who vote, and they all say what an incredible year he had at his age, and they always say that at the end at his age, and they're gonna give him like this old age lifetime achievement check, and I think it might be enough to get him over the hump, and I think he wins. Do I think he should win? No, but I think again, if the question is who's going to win, I think it is Tom Brady.
Interesting.
That's great. A lot of the NFL is like a storybook, like Bama said in the chat. It's kind of scripted. I kind of agree with Fluent as well. Like the way that Tom Brady's playing at this age. Aaron Rodgers just won an MVP last year, so it's like,
Yeah,
let's show some Brady some love, especially, he's
That's
going to be
crazy,
out in a
bro.
few years. His
That's
narrative, man. His narrative.
it's crazy.
sure.
And,
And
and,
just to correct you, there was 2 quarterbacks that threw over 5,000 yards.
what was the other one?
Justin Herbert threw for 50,
Herbert.
14.
Oh wow,
5,014.
that's what's
Yeah.
up. I just think it's crazy if Brady gets it, man. Brady had 4 terrible games this year. Aaron Rodgers had 1, his
Mhm.
first one against the Saints, and he's been phenomenal every single
He's
game.
been the most
Like,
consistently
the most
great
consistent.
quarterback. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you.
That boy had a terrible game, and he had that facial expression of "y'all losing, I ain't losing, I'm up." That boy was like, "I'm up, y'all losing, not me."
Okay. Everybody went with the MVP.
Yep.
All
Who you
right,
got? Who you got? Moderator, gatekeeper. Who you got? Come on, man. Come on now.
I'm really
Russell
going.
Wilson.
It should be.
Because their team, when he was out, their team was garbage. With him, they
Yeah.
were great.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. But I'm actually gonna have to agree with you, Fluent. I think Tom Brady's gonna get it just based on reputation.
Yeah.
Like
And honestly, I think 2 things: the age, and I think I forget who said it, but because Aaron Rodgers won it last year, it's not like the NBA where they have voter fatigue. But I think they're like, okay, Rodgers got it last year. How many years does Brady have left? All right, let's
Right.
give him 1, right?
And
Right.
also, shout out to J Rock. He said they gonna hold that vaccine against him as well. That's a good point.
Oh yeah, they are.
That is a
They
good
are.
point.
Just because only one person said it out loud, I guarantee you, there's other people who are, not saying it out loud that, oh, because of what he pulled with the vaccine, we're gonna knock him a little bit.
Got you. Ron, what you got
okay.
next?
I just want to go. Well, we already talked about defensive players of the year, coach of the year, right quick. Who you guys got?
Mm.
Let's start with you, OJ. Who
I
you
mean,
think?
I honestly think it should really come down to 3 coaches, right? LaFleur, um, Vrabel, or Belichick. And I think most people, and I didn't even look up Vegas, I think most people would go with Vrabel. But to me, I don't know, man. I think what Bill Belichick has done with a rookie quarterback, man, and just
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have that much like what talent to me like that on offense like that. So to me,
Facts.
I mean, you win a game by throwing the ball 3 times. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Bill Belichick, but I'm not mad if people say Vrabel. That's very reasonable as well.
Okay, Ben, how you think?
I'm going Bill Belichick as well. Yeah, cause what he doing with that franchise is crazy. With Matt Jones as quarterback, just a rookie, is it's just crazy. I got Bill Belichick.
Okay, Bama, who you think?
Uh, I don't know, man. That's a toss up between Billy and, believe it or not, Cliff Kingsbury.
Mm.
Let's not
That's a
forget.
good one.
Let's not forget. People was preying on his downfall. Came in, new innovative air raid. Will that work in the NFL? Got Kyler Murray. We pretty much forgot about that offense, and now it's just like, oh, look at the Cardinals. Could they win the Super Bowl? So, with that being said, he's kind of like my dark horse for coach of the year. But of course, I would say Bill Belichick. And I know people bring up that 3 pass attempts. Dude, that's why Bill Belichick is the greatest coach. It was strong with that. That is just that would be bad coaching.
That's good coaching.
That's great coaching. You looking at the weather, it's cold out here. Why would I force my quarterback to pass against the wind with 50? You see what's happening with, if you like, pay attention to the game. Who has a stronger arm in the NFL than Josh Allen? Pretty much nobody. He's struggling to pass against these winds. So you think Mac Jones is not going to struggle to pass against those winds just because they're on the better team? No. So Bill Belichick, being the great in-game adjuster that he is, playing for that, and that's why he probably will win Coach of the Year. But I wouldn't mind seeing somebody like Cliff Kingsbury win it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fire dark horse.
Yeah.
I'll go with the greatest coach in my opinion, in sports history, Bill Belichick. Like you said, rookie. What he done with that boy, what he done with that team. I'm going with Bill Belly.
Little Billy Goat.
Who you got? Sports Fluent.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I agree with Cliff Kingsbury when he said the award should be changed to the Belichick Award because he is the best coach. That should be the award. Once he retires, it should be the Bill Belichick Award, Coach of the Year. Here's the only thing that I think is going to stop him from winning it this year. And OJ brought up the name. I think Mike Vrabel, because of those coaches, only one lost his absolute unquestionable best player. Like there's no doubt who the best player on the team was, and they lost him, and everyone thought they were going to sink. And what did he end up doing? He still got that team to the number 1 seed and the best record. So people are going to look at that and say, Belichick had Mac Jones the whole season. Kingsbury, if you're looking at Kingsbury, yeah, he lost, Kyler for a little bit, but he got him back. So none of those guys lost their no question best player on the team, and not only defied the odds and stayed in the playoffs, became the number 1. They weren't the number 1 seed. They worked their way up to that after they lost Derrick Henry. So he's going to be the one that I think the voters are going to go for. So Vrabel for me.
Okay. All right, fellas, you guys ready to have a little bit of fun?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man.
Have the playoff bracket set. Dub, you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I just switched the scenes right now. If you guys watching online on YouTube, and if you guys are watching in the chat, we are gonna be doing a playoff bracket, a little bit like Player's Choice. We're gonna vote on who's gonna win which game, and
We are
whoever
Player's Choice.
Oh yeah, on play like not Player's Choice. This is Player's Choice Gridiron, you know. So Player's Choice NBA, they got a voting system we have for the NFL Power Rankings. We're gonna do the same thing, but right here we're gonna make a playoff bracket.
We just a smaller version because we ain't got no overseas football players. How they got overseas basketball players? I'm messy, so I'm gonna say something. You know what I'm saying?
You want to get? I can get you an overseas football player. I got one.
Yeah. Hey, might as well since so everybody will love us the same.
Yeah,
you feel me? So we
got
get that same. Maybe
but then we got to stay up because they're
Oh yeah, that too.
the hours.
Yeah.
Man. Well, Ron, you gonna be the tiebreaker? I'm gonna be the tiebreaker.
No, you are. We got 5 of us. Obviously, one team's gonna win, one team's gonna lose. We're gonna go through all the games, and we are going to vote a Super Bowl champion collectively.
I'll be the tiebreaker.
We're doing every round.
We're doing
okay.
every round. We're doing it all the way through.
I thought it was just first round. All right, let's do this. It's even better.
All right, so for the first game, you said I'm the tiebreaker, right?
Yeah, like your vote.
So we're gonna get it wrong?
No, you want me to vote, or I'm
Yes.
like, if there's a tie amongst you guys?
No, you're in this, Dub.
Wait. Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah. My bad. I'm tripping. Apologize.
Oh, you good, bro?
There's 6, but if we end up 3-3, you'll break the tie.
No, you 5 are gonna go.
Oh, Ron's not.
Oh, you're not going?
Yeah, we're going you 5 because we need
Okay,
to have an odd number.
You're just gonna gatekeep.
Sure.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
I'm just gatekeeper's doing what he does best.
Okay.
So our very first game, we have the Chiefs and the Steelers.
Tell me one person picked the Steelers,
Who
please.
you got?
Wait,
who you
me?
Yeah,
Ben, who you got?
Yeah. Oh,
Chiefs
okay.
or Steelers?
Chiefs.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Man, you already know who I got, baby. Baby Go himself. Chiefs.
Ben Roethlisberger.
The only way I'll pick the Steelers if they traded Patrick Mahomes to the Steelers before that game plays. Those are Chiefs, man.
Okay. OJ?
31-9. Give me the Chiefs.
Fluid.
The only way I'm picking the Steelers, if everyone on the Chiefs, including the coaching staff and the backups and the trainers and the cheerleaders, got COVID. So yeah, I'm going with
So the Steelers don't stand a chance.
No.
We got the Chiefs.
I think 31-9 is generous.
I bet.
Okay.
That's already locked and loaded, man. Let's get right.
Yeah, that's nice.
All
I'm
right.
thinking flood, boy.
Our next game, we got the Bills and the Patriots. And is this game of the week for you guys, or no?
No, I say Rams, Cardinals.
Cardinals.
It's in the top 2 for sure.
Nah,
Okay.
I got Bills and Patriots. Rams and Cardinals. I keep telling y'all, bro. It's an easy game to bet on. Pick the Rams.
What?
Telling
Okay,
you.
let's pick this game. People are waiting in the chat. They're asking.
Okay, we have.
Oh,
Bills
by the
and
way,
the
just
Patriots.
FYI, J Rock says you're being lazy, Ron, by not picking. Just want you to know.
I got the Pats. I don't. I got the
Patriots.
Pats.
Patriots.
Patriots.
Damn. Well, I was gonna pick the Bills, but y'all got the Patriots.
You can still pick them. You
Well,
just
yeah.
always you're gonna lose.
We still need to know who you
Hey,
who you
hey,
gonna
hey,
take.
hey, Fluent, let's not forget. I've been the guy who's been mostly correct on these little pick'em things, so let's not
Just
forget about
remember when we made a real bet who was drinking tequila and who
that.
wasn't.
That's great. That is true. You want to bet on the
Bama?
Rams and Cardinals game?
We'll talk about it after.
Who you got, Bama?
Shit, I was gonna say Bills, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lock in the Pats.
It's the Pats is locked in, but I mean,
I'm
right
with you.
now, just where the game is going, I don't think Mac Jones better than Josh Allen.
It's facts.
Okay, well, the Patriots edge out the Bills 3-2. We're gonna jump over to the NFC now. We have the Cowboys. Oh no,
No, we
wait.
got
I got
Bengals.
ahead of
No.
myself.
Hold
We
on.
got one more
You also
game.
have the
Raiders,
you have the
Bengals.
wrong team
Yeah.
too, by the way. There you go.
Yeah, I
You
switched
had the
it.
Bills in there. Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, yeah, I just want to pick the Bills, man.
Okay, Bengals, Raiders. Bama, who you got?
Going Raiders. Raiders.
Okay.
If you look at their first game when they played, they shut their air assault down. Joe Mixon had to deliver them, which is the best player on that team. He had to deliver them that win. And I think they figured out a way to shut that junk down.
Okay.
Don't sleep on that Raiders defense. Max Crosby.
Max.
Yeah.
Max.
Paramount.
Don't sleep on that front seven,
That's true.
man. I'm just saying. I'm gonna say the Raiders in a close one.
Okay, Raiders up 1. OJ, where you at with it?
Bengals, and they win by at least 10.
For
Dang.
what it's worth, I agree with them.
That's a blowout for the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm going Bengals. I'm all in on the Bengals.
Bengals up 2-1. Ben, where you at?
Going Bengals by a touchdown.
Bengals up 3-1, which gives them the win. But Dub, I need to know, who do you have?
You know, I really want to pick the Raiders because of Cooper Kupp Jr. But you know, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. You know, that boy Hunter Renfrow nice and all, but it'll be easy to game plan to stop him. I gotta go with Bengals. Joe Burrow's just that guy, bro. He's just that
By
guy.
the way, quick question: is Darren Waller still out, right?
Yeah,
I think
so.
he's playing. I think he'll play.
Oh, I thought he was. Right now he's out. So what happens by then, I don't know. But right now he's out.
100%. So okay.
Bengals it is. Locked and loaded.
Okay, now we'll jump over to the NFC. Let's go with the Cowboys versus the Niners. Dub, we going right back to you.
The Cowboys versus who?
The Niners.
The Niners.
Basically, the Cowboys versus themselves.
I'm going with the Cowboys. I'll rock with the Cowboys to win that playoff series.
Boys,
It's not series,
okay.
playoff game.
Not series, game. Yeah.
I'm sorry, NBA, my bad. Sorry.
Ben, we got the Cowboys up 1.
I'm going Cowboys too.
Cowboys up 2.
I'm going Cowboys too.
Interesting. Now, Bama, how you feel about them Cowboys fans with no T?
It's a toss up, bro. It's like because they both the same teams. Like basically, they both basically the same teams. So I'm gonna just go with the Snaggletooth Cowboys fans so they can just scream some more. Every year Dak's supposed to throw for 5,000, Zeke's supposed to rush for 2,000, and they supposed to have 2,000 receiving yard receivers. Even though Dak is only throwing for 5,000, they supposed to have 2,000 yards receivers, which kind of shows how smart their fan base is. So I'm gonna go Cowboys in a close one because I don't know. Something tells me that the Niners might really sneak that one.
I feel that too.
I don't know because Ayuk is gonna give Diggs all he can handle, and that dude is giving up 1,000. That is ridiculous. 1,000 yards giving up in a route to get catching 11 picks this season, 12 or whatever.
Mm.
And they showed the DB over there at the Seahawks only gave up like 300 yards this season. Nobody even talked about what was it, Quandre Diggs or who was
Quandre
it y'all
Diggs.
got over there? He only gave up
Quandre
300
is
yards
tough.
this season. Only gave up 300 yards, but nobody's talking about him because he only caught 2 interceptions. You see, that's just so weird. But I'm gonna say Cowboys in a close one just because I guess they rolling. You know what I mean? They had the little 50-point win, so I'll say Cowboys in a close.
Okay.
I hate to even talk about them.
Okay, the
I
Cowboys
see.
have advanced, but Fluent, I still need to know who you got.
Oh yeah, it's the Cowboys are going to win just to like drive their fans crazy because they're going to play amazing. They're actually going to beat the 49ers handedly, and then we'll talk about what happens in the next round, just
Okay.
to let them all down.
Yes, sir.
And who you got, OJ?
Honestly, bro, every logical indication wants me to pick the Cowboys, but the Cowboys, they always find a way to mess it up. They always do. And so for no logical reason, I'm picking the 49ers. I think the 49ers and the 49ers probably have the best run zone scheme in the NFL, man. I think they're gonna give the Cowboys too much for them to handle. So I got the 49ers.
I think this is a terrible matchup for the Cowboys.
Yep.
But I need them to pull this out because I will be in Dallas that following week when they play the Packers. I know it won't be in Dallas, but just to be in that environment, I'll be at the sports bars or I'll be at Texas Live. I gotta be there to see this game. All right, so
That's going to be a great game.
It's gonna be a crazy environment. So moving on to our next game, Dub, how you feeling about the?
I don't think we
Bucs
need to
and the
pick this
Eagles?
one.
I think this is all unanimous. I'm gonna just type it in.
Okay.
Oh
I'm
wait,
type
is
it in.
anyone picking
Yeah,
the Eagles?
just
Is anyone
anybody,
picking
OJ.
the Eagles?
I'm not even picking the Eagles.
Okay.
I
Hold
was
on,
just
technically, hold on. Let me ask: are they running a certain offense they can run? If
it
they
Navy?
if they running that Navy offense, they going to the Super Bowl.
They not
They
running
will
that
go
damn
to
Navy.
that. They going to shit. Hey, you can write this down right now.
OJ,
They bring
Bama,
that
Bama
triple
thinks.
option out there. It is. What if Vince Carter said if he put his arm in? It's over. Oh,
Bama thinks the Eagles need to run a Navy offense and they'd be unstoppable.
Oh
they'll
my
be
God,
unstoppable.
man!
That little
This
tight
is
end,
crazy.
dump right over like we least expected.
That's like the worst matchup for the
Yeah.
Eagles, man. Like
That's
their
crazy.
strength is in running, and the
Should have
Bucs
had Seahawks and Seahawks and Bucks. Yeah, should have.
No, you got to win. You got to win games to be in the playoffs.
Production matters a little
Production
bit.
matters. Yeah.
A little bit.
All right, last game we have the Rams and the Cardinals, a tough divisional matchup. OJ, who you think's gonna edge out this game? Who's gonna edge out the other?
Cards.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I like Kyle over Matthew Stafford. So enough said. Yeah.
Okay, Bama
Gotta go.
got the shirt on.
Yeah,
Got the shirt on.
That's my dog, man. Me and him the same height. You know, I'm pulling. I always pull for the short guy out here, bro. I love my dog, Baby Yoda, man. For real.
Oh
I
man.
gotta stick with him. Young. We don't know. I'm just sorry, Dub. We don't know. This is his first playoff appearance. I'm going with.
No.
We've seen what your boy do in the playoffs, so I got to go with the new guy. Maybe he writes a new, you know what I'm saying,
Oh
new
my
script for
God.
himself, and he's like the playoff baller. Somebody got to take the role of Eli Manning since he retired.
As I told
Somebody
you,
got to be a dude
they
to
in a
knock Brady
slump,
off.
and they're not gonna correct itself. The Rams are gonna beat
So
them.
you're picking the Rams.
Okay,
Ben?
2-1 Cardinals.
What? Got a question. What's Kyler Murray's best weapon?
D-Hop.
His arm.
He ain't in there. He ain't in there. I think that's what's cool. That's the fact.
So you got the Rams.
I got Rams.
You got the Rams. So it's 2-2.
Yeah, Fluent. Come on. I know you. Just pick the Rams because I cannot wait to give this take on the
Yo,
Rams versus
OJ,
Bucs.
OJ, you don't
laugh
notice.
and the look on his face like makes it seem like he waited his whole life for this one moment.
I hate this.
OJ doesn't know this. I told Bama if Arizona makes it to the Super Bowl, I'm buying him and I tickets and we fly into LA to watch the game.
The actual Super Bowl game.
To the actual Super Bowl game, yeah, in LA. It's at SoFi. So listen, I know that the Rams have the highest producing wide receiver this season in Cooper Kupp, the best wide receiver. Unfortunately, they have one of the worst quarterbacks, and I'm going with Arizona.
Terrible. That's terrible. It's all right because when I can't give this take now, but The Rams were definitely going to beat the Bucs, and the Bucs are going to face the Packers in the NFC Championship. And I just
Yeah,
want you
that'll
guys
still
to know
happen.
that it's definitely going to happen.
I
Definitely
know
going to
D
happen.
Hop not playing, but y'all don't think AJ Green still got
AJ
some.
Green's fire.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
nice. He nice, but
I think with AJ Green, James Conner, Zach Ertz, I think it's still
Right,
like they have
right.
enough. They have
All
enough
I,
to beat the Rams.
listen, all I'm going to tell y'all, I told y'all they were going to go 1-2. They went 1 and
Okay,
2,
yes.
and they're about to go 1-4.
Mm.
Go ahead.
Okay, moving back to the AFC, we are going to go with the Titans versus the Patriots.
it's gonna be a
Let's
good
get
one.
into it. Fluent, where you at?
I've been saying the same thing since what, week 2? So I'm not gonna back off now. Patriots. Patriots.
Pat's up 1-0. OJ, where you at?
Well, sorry about that. I got distracted. What was the teams?
Patriots and Titans.
Give me the give me the Pats.
Patriots up 2-0. Bama.
Give me the Pats.
Who
Yeah,
you got?
in that matchup, Patriots. You're not gonna beat Bill like that, bro.
Okay. Ben.
I've been with Fluent the whole time with the Patriots. Give me the Patriots.
Ooh, so nobody thinks Derrick Henry makes a difference?
Man,
think they can
let that
stop
man rest, bro. Like, stop making that man work
Here's-
overtime.
no,
Let
but
him
here-
go. Let him rest.
Here's the thing.
Stepping
Let
X,
him
got that
rest.
dive.
Let him. But he's not there, or he's not going to rest. He's playing. So he still has to get factored in. Doug, how you feel?
I mean, yeah, Patriots as well. Sorry.
Patriots? Whoo,
Yeah.
clean sweep. Patriots. Okay.
Yes,
Now
it's
we
gonna
have the
be a
Chiefs.
sad. My bad. T-Bone. Yeah, it's gonna be a sad picture. Mac Jones in the AFC Championship game. It's gonna be a
Beautiful.
sad thing to see, but it's fine because it's gonna be poetic with this next pick.
Now, who will he play against? We got the Chiefs and the Bengals. OJ, where you at?
I'm not gonna lie, man. Believe it or not, bro. I'm so tempted to pick the Bengals, man. And I reserved the right to change my mind based on what I see the Bengals in the first round. But I cannot pick them over the Chiefs, man. I gotta go Chiefs, man. I gotta go Chiefs.
Bengals. Pick the Bengals. I know you like that whispering on TikTok. Pick the Bengals. Pick the Bengals.
ASMR.
Yeah, where you at?
Too much.
Come on, bro. The baby goat himself, Patty Mahomes. That's it.
Ben?
Good hair.
Chiefs. I got Chiefs, man.
Okay.
Got Chiefs.
Bama, I heard you say Becky with the good hair. That's where
Yeah,
you going?
flood. It won't even be close. He gonna flood Mac Jones, dog. Right? It's gonna be graphic. How bad?
We talking about against the Bengals though.
Oh, him too. Both of them.
Okay.
You can put both of them together. Like him and Mac Jones can rotate one half, and then man, he's finna flood them boys, bro. It's not even gonna be close.
Okay.
That's facts.
Fluent.
Well, it doesn't
You going against
matter.
the grain?
It doesn't matter at this point. So just to go against the grain, right? Like how many losing Super Bowl teams make it back to the Super Bowl the following year? Like 3 in the history of the NFL. So I'll go with Bengals because it doesn't really make a difference. We're putting the Chiefs through, but I'll go Bengals.
Okay, we have our Players' Choice Gridiron AFC Championship set with the Patriots versus the Chiefs. Now let's jump back over to the NFC. We got the Packers versus them boys.
Come on, man.
Ben,
Come
where
on.
you at with it?
Come on,
Who
man.
you got? Who you got?
Packers. Come on, man.
Okay.
Come on,
Bama,
man.
are you going against the Wizard?
You can't go against the Wizard, man. Every time the Cowboys lost in the playoffs, guess who was about to hands up? The Wizard. The Wizard hit him where it hurt too. Last minute left, roll out. Wizard. Same thing. Hey, people don't change. Only situations and circumstances do. But they finna find themselves in the same situation and circumstance they always
About to kill the Cowboys. Kill them.
the Cowboys.
Dub, where you at with it?
Man, the Cowboys always lose to Aaron Rodgers. Like, this isn't even a
Always.
question. They're always going to lose to him, and they always will lose to him. I don't expect that to change.
Okay. Fluent.
I'm going down to the south. Southern California, that is Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers.
Packers. Next.
Okay, let's just get on with this.
Yo, Dub, you can read in the chat. They saying Packers going to play Cards, and Dallas gonna play Tampa.
No, the
Yeah.
Packers were gonna play the Rams, not the Cardinals. I don't know why you guys have faith in the Cardinals. Honestly,
No. Are you
Uh.
saying our ranking is wrong? No, the Packers will play. Who's the worst seed between the Cowboys, Bucs, and Cardinals?
He said
It is the
Packers are gonna
Cowboys.
play
It's
the
the Cowboys.
Cards.
Yeah, it's the
Oh.
Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys. So it's the Cow. Yeah. So it is Packers, Cowboys, and then Cards, Bucs. Because
All right.
don't forget, it shuffles the seating in the second round.
Yeah. True.
It's not like an NCAA bracket.
All right, making sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bucks and Cardinals. Fluent. Who you thinking?
I'm really, really tempted.
Oh wait. Is he saying? Oh, do I have it wrong? Oh,
Nah, we good.
we good? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was asking the question because I just need to double check the seating. But let's confirm it here, just since there's people in the chat saying that it's wrong. So let's double check it, Dub. I think you're right though. However,
I thought so too.
so the Cowboys would be the 3. No, we are wrong.
Oh, okay.
We are wrong. Dallas is the 3 seed, so they would play Tampa Bay. Arizona is the 5 seed, so they would play Green Bay. Yep, the chat is correct.
Well, that changes everything.
That changes everything. We got to back that up.
Yo,
And then let's see on the other side. On
The
the other side, Pats and Titans is correct. And then Cincinnati, Kansas City is correct. Okay, so that other one's correct.
well, at least I know how you guys feel about the Cowboys. Now, let's go Packers versus Cardinals. This is gonna be a good one.
No, man.
Bama, what you got?
Come on, man. Come on, bro. I'm not going against my dog, man.
Nah.
Ghostface himself,
Mhm.
man.
Okay. Ben,
Packers. Come on, man. Come on,
OJ?
man.
Arizona has a great offense, but Green Bay has a prolific offense. Give me Green Bay.
Okay. Fluent.
Well, I was about to say I'm really tempted to pick the Cards over the Bucs, but since they're playing the Packers, I'm still going back. I'm still going with the Packers.
Okay. Dub.
Dub's making those changes to the
Yeah,
graphic.
Yeah.
Wait, Packers or Cards? I think it doesn't matter
Packers.
at this point. We
Yeah,
all
it's
got the
Packers.
pack. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an easy one. All right, we're gonna change it
Okay.
up now. Let me know if
Now
that's
we-
better.
So I guess we got to ask, right? Cowboys, Bucs.
Cowboys, Bucks.
Cowboys, Bucks.
Is that a better matchup for anybody than the Packers?
It's a better matchup for the Cowboys because given the Buccaneers secondary is bad, and that's what Dallas like to rely on is CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
That's gonna be a good one, boy.
That's gonna be a good one.
It's all
Oh,
about
man.
script, and the script is Brady versus Rodgers. That will attract more views. That will attract more people. Brady versus Rodgers. We've never seen it before in a playoff setting. Give me Brady versus Rodgers. I'm going with the Bucks.
When you said script, I thought you were going to say because when Zeke doesn't rush for over 100 yards, the Cowboys lose, and the Bucs still stop the run.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm on the Bucs.
Got it. OJ?
It's actually funny because we had it wrong. Because if it was Arizona and Tampa, I would have actually picked Arizona. But I'm not worried about the Cowboys, man. Like Dak is so inconsistent. CD can't catch crap. Although Wilson has been playing well. Give me the Bucks, man.
Bama?
Shoot.
You know, the Bucks won, but I don't know. That's tough. It's matchups, man. Like if the Bucks didn't have as many DB transactions as they did this year, I would be like, yeah, bro, it's just the clear cut. Because like what I be saying is like, so when you they made 10 DB transactions throughout the whole year. So now that's what I'm saying. Now that talent gap gets a lot bigger because now you got to pull guys off the street that's not necessarily NFL caliber DBs. That's what scared me. Brady is good, meaning he could beat somebody like the Jets when all the odds are stacked against him. But in the playoffs, man, it's gonna be tough, dog. Like I don't know. They had a lot of BS that just happened late with Antonio Brown. I don't know. That's gonna be a good one. I don't know. I'm gonna say Cowboys, dog. Just for us with my prediction. If you keep the predictions, I don't know, maybe Cowboys. But what Jacob's saying with the script, it make perfect sense. Brady
But someone
versus
someone in the chat,
Rodgers.
someone in the chat. First of all, J Rock was right. We should have put the numbers, the seedings next to the name. J Rock, you absolutely right. But someone in the chat said, "Well, we just had Rodgers and Brady last year. Maybe it's time to see someone new."
Nah, nobody cares
Or is it
about that
round
like
2?
that.
No one cares about that. Okay.
Nah,
Oh, the Cowboy Nation, or whatever they call themselves.
if y'all don't want me to be biased, because I hate the Cowboys, I do see a good chance of them beating the Bucs because of like the injuries and the
Well,
offensive
don't change it
weapons.
now.
No. I mean, listen, that was a biased pick, and I know it was. The Cowboys, listen, it's like goes to what Bama said. Their secondary, the Bucs secondary is weak, and the Cowboys could exploit that. And the Bucs, they don't have Godwin, they don't have AB.
So are
They
you
got
changing to the Cowboys? I'm just curious.
Nah, I
Are you
ain't
changing?
changing. I would
Okay.
never change.
Okay.
It's hard to
Because
bet
if you
against Brady,
change,
though.
then it's 2-2,
And
and Ben's the
remember,
deciding
the game
vote.
is gonna be in Tampa, man. The Bucks are a lot better at home than they
Yeah.
are on the road.
And that is
And
facts as well.
literally, I challenge you guys to find a better game that the Cowboys put together on offense than against the Bucks.
Yeah, but I will say this though: recent history, the Cowboys have always been better on the road than they are at Jerry's World. See, if this game was at Jerry's World, I'll probably say the Bucks by a landslide because I don't know what it is about Jerry's World, but the Cowboys just don't perform there in Jerry Land. On the road, they play stellar. They play like somebody you ain't really never seen before when they play on the road. I don't know what it is about them being on the road. I think it just speaks to they don't have them snaggletooth fans. They're screaming down their head, talking about some go for it on 4th and 50. Like they fans just be playing Madden in real life. So I don't know. It's gonna be a toss up. I don't want to go against Brady. I'll say that I don't want to go against Brady, but I don't know. I think the Cowboys could exploit them. I don't know, dog. The game is toss
I'll
Ben,
up.
vote the
clear it up, Ben.
Cowboys. I'll vote the
Ben,
Cowboys.
Ben.
Go ahead,
Should I
Ben.
go for
Clear it
This
up.
is
Jack
tough,
and
bro.
JB
Let
just
Ben
started
clear
back?
it up.
Go ahead,
This
Ben.
is tough,
I got
bro.
the Cowboys too.
This is tough, bro. Oh my god.
It is.
I'm gonna go Cowboys, bro.
Oh,
Wait. Time out. Are we 2-2 right now?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's three. I said I switched to the
Yeah,
Cowboys.
we're 2-2.
Hold on,
You said
Bama, did you
Bama
choose
and Dub
though?
are Cowboys.
Bama, you said
It's
Cowboys?
tough, bro.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because I'm just really thinking about the
secondary.
matchup, dog.
The secondary.
Yep.
So there we have it. We have the
So we're
Dallas
putting the Cowboys
Cowboys
through?
beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
It's tough though. It's
on the
tough.
road.
That's
We just put the Cowboys. Hold on. We just put the Cowboys into okay.
That's crazy. I can't believe this. Yo, this is
You
wild.
you guys don't remember this. You got to go back and check the tape. You do remember like 4 weeks ago I told you that was going to be the NFC matchup, right?
He
Y'all remember
did.
that?
Did you?
He did.
Ben
Did you?
remembers. And y'all laughed. And look at that.
Well, again, listen. I had this all wrong. I'm mad. If they faced the Rams or Packers, they would have lost to those guys. Easily.
Okay. Well, look, that's the votes. They go with the vote. Put the Cowboys.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So that's hilarious.
Chat,
We
this
have-
is your fault. But thank you,
have our
chat, because we would have
AFC.
posted the wrong clip. So thank you for
Yeah,
that.
no, that's good.
We have our AFC and NFC championships set. Now we must pick the Super Bowl contender or the Super Bowl matchup. So, Dub, you want to start us out? We got the Patriots and the Chiefs.
Bro,
You know who he's
the
taking.
baby goat himself. If
Mac
wish
Jones.
I wish I didn't pick crazy. I wish I didn't pick the Philadelphia Eagles in middle school as my favorite team because I would have became a Chiefs fan if I didn't have a team. Because Patrick Mahomes is my favorite player in the NFL right now. I'm telling you, bro, he's gonna change things. Baby goat
You're a
himself.
Giants fan, right?
No, Eagles fan.
Oh, Eagles.
Eagles. Oh yeah. Sorry about
Baby goat himself, man.
Eagles, Giants, same thing. Ben, who you
same.
got?
Trash.
Chiefs.
Chiefs
What?
up 2-0.
I got Chiefs.
I was counting
I
on
said
you.
it. I said
Counting
it.
on you.
Bama,
I said
where you at?
Chiefs Super Bowl.
Big
Cardinals.
good hair by 50.
3-0. Chiefs up
Want-
3-0.
like that, though.
OJ,
I
where
got
you
the
at with
Chiefs.
it?
I got the
Chiefs
Chiefs.
up 4-0. Oh, fluent.
The New England Patriots.
He's sticking strong with it. He's sticking to his guns.
We gotta make a bet about that.
But unfortunately, we have the Chiefs skating into the championship. I remember vividly on some of our first couple of shows that it was two guys that picked the Chiefs that weren't on the Chiefs bandwagon. They weren't high on the Chiefs.
Everybody. It was everybody.
You switched Ben and Bama. You switched to Ben and Bama.
Come on, baby.
Turned
Talk
them
to
over
me.
Yeah,
to
I always told y'all, even when the Chiefs was losing, I was like, bro, they just figuring out how they was always
did
gonna
say
be.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
he did say
always
that.
gonna
He did
be in
say
this
that.
spot. But I
Yeah.
would tell you this, Fluent. The only way the Patriots win if the NFL fully commits to their WWE style and make Brady walk out there as when they name the starters for Brady. Oh, that would be so like epic, dog. Like, I'm like,
That'd be
oh,
crazy. That'd
listen,
really
They made
be
a trade.
crazy.
They made a trade.
They made
I can't
a
believe
trade.
this.
I can't believe
That'd be
Brady.
that would break the internet. That'd be the
Break
best
the-
sports moment of all time,
When
no
that
matter
boy
what.
said broke the internet, when that boy Gucci performed Truth, broke the internet. That's what they gonna say, dog. Like,
That's
that'd
facts.
be crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so to our NFC championship, we have the Packers, who are the best team, and then we have the Cowboys,
Come on,
who
man.
are the most hyped team.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Who is winning that matchup?
I'm gonna go first.
Go
You know
ahead,
what's
go ahead,
funny?
talk to us. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and
Talk to me,
I
OJ.
find it disrespectful, by the way, that you guys picked the Cowboys against the Bucs, and this is how you know, right? You know that
Uh-oh.
because all you guys are gonna pick the Packers to beat the Cowboys. Not one of you is gonna pick the Cowboys, but if it was the Bucs and the Packers, you'd think twice, wouldn't you? Of course you would. Why is that? That's because the Bucs are a better team than the Cowboys. Having said that, give me the damn Packers, man. Let's go.
Okay, Fluent.
Well, check this out. The one thing I know about Aaron Rodgers, I gave you all the stats weeks ago. I don't need to tell you again. He is one of, if not the best quarterbacks from the entire regular season, right through until the NFC Championship game. At that point, he loses more than he wins.
1-4.
He throws nine touchdowns to 8 interceptions. His QBR stinks. Because what does he do in the NFC Championship? He loses. Even the one he won, his first one, was because of a BJ Raji pick 6, because he threw 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions that game against the garbage offense of the Chicago Bears, led by Jay Cutler, who got hurt, Caleb Haney. Johnny Knox was the number 2 receiver. Devin Hester was the number 1 receiver. So what does Aaron Rodgers do in NFC Championship games? He loses. So this is why the Bucs should be there, because now I'm going to have to do this. And I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm not the one that I want Aaron Rodgers to commit suicide to, but I got to do it. It's the Cowboys.
Oh my God.
You know what? That's the second time in 2 picks that you have stuck to your guns. You've been saying this whole time that Aaron Rodgers gets to the NFC Championship.
I don't care who's playing him. He's losing.
Okay.
Wow.
Until he proves me wrong. Until he proves me wrong, that's what he does. He loses.
It's just about matchups.
Dub, what does Aaron Rodgers do?
He makes it to the Super Bowl. Fluence is being crazy.
I know, dude, because he just overglosses that defense. Had Peanut Tillman, Brian Urlacher, and Lance Briggs. Like, I could just keep going on and on about that defense, how stacked y'all was. Peanut Tillman was leading the NFL in
You're absolutely right.
The peanut punch. The reason why we know what the peanut punch is.
Who won that game? It wasn't Aaron Rodgers. It was his defense.
But we
admit that it was his defense that got him through that game.
He went against the Niners, also had a ridiculous OD defense. Went against the Seahawks, another ridiculous OD defense. Does the Cowboys have a ridiculous OD defense with Trayvon Diggs giving up 1,000 yards? Like, dude, do you know they're finna throw a party? Listen here, Devontae Adams and Alan Lazard is finna throw a party on Trayvon Diggs, bro. Like, it's hey, you want to hit this? Come on, what they say? Free real estate. It's free real estate over
listen,
there.
The way you felt this morning about Alabama, that's how you feel about Green Bay after this game.
I didn't feel no way about Alabama.
You're gonna say I wasn't playing.
Bama, you gotta stop. You
I
know,
did
you
it.
know,
wasn't
you
playing.
know, you
I
kind of
did
hurt
it.
right now.
I'm
You
not
know
hurt.
You kinda
What am
soft.
I'm not Aaron Rodgers.
What
I'm not
am I
Aaron
hurt
Rodgers.
for?
I don't care that he lost another NFC Championship
What
game.
am
I
I
don't
hurting
care.
for? I'm not
I
gonna
don't
be
care.
mad about a bunch of young kids. They did good. They weren't even supposed to be.
He'll
in the
do better
championship.
next year in Denver. I'm done.
He finna win. I'm gonna say it just how Brett Favre said it when he broke his record, man. Deliver a Super Bowl. Brett Favre didn't say congratulations or nothing. He said bring a Super Bowl to Green Bay, and that's what he was finna do, dude.
Yeah, he did
That's
it.
what
He's
finna
done.
do. Nah, it ain't. It's finna happen this year.
Okay, Ben, finish this out.
It's time, baby. It's time.
Come on. So we doing Super
Oh
Bowl,
no,
right?
no. You. Well,
No,
I'm
no.
assuming. Well, we're still in the NFC Championship. You haven't picked.
You got two? You have two? Don't you have two Packers and one Cowboy right now? Or you have three?
Packers.
No, it's three. It's 4 Packers.
Oh, it's 4-1.
Packers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Packers
by the
winning.
way, I do find it interesting that Anthony wants to base his pick of the Cowboys based on history, yet he neglects conveniently to remember that
Don't
the
bring
Dallas
that up.
Cowboys haven't done jack squat in the past 30 years. But we're gonna ignore that.
I was
We're gonna
alive when they
think
won
about
the
it.
Super Bowl last time. Maybe the only one on this panel. So
Packers, man. Packers.
Okay. Chiefs, Packers. We got a battle of the arms. We will have a gunslinging Super Bowl. Where are you guys at with this, Dub? I'm going to start with you.
This is the perfect scenario to push this man, Patrick Mahomes, as the GOAT of football. He starts the league with
What?
an MVP. He goes in, wins a Super Bowl. He goes to back-to-back Super Bowls where he lost because the offensive line was decimated. Then he comes back, proves to everybody that he lost because of the offensive line, and beats Aaron Rodgers. Stop playing with him, bro. The baby goat himself is going to win the Super Bowl this year against Aaron Rodgers.
Chiefs up 1-0. OJ.
The baby goat, last time I checked, was struggling beating the Bengals.
Regular season.
What is he gonna do with Aaron Rodgers?
Regular season.
Like, I'll be honest with you, man. By the way, if the Bucs don't make it to the Super Bowl, my dream matchup would be the Packers and the Chiefs, and I have the Packers winning rather handily. Like, and their defense is decent as well, man. So yeah, bro. Aaron, listen, the Bucs already gave out the secret to how to stop the Chiefs, bro. All right, just all you gotta do is blanket Tyreek Hill. To remove him from the game, it becomes a lot easier than that.
Oh
So
my
give me
God,
Jair.
that
Jair,
was.
if
Oh.
I'm not mistaken, Jair coming back too, right?
Oh, it's over.
Guys are talking about they were able to double Travis Kelsey and Tyreek Hill because there was pressure and there was not enough time.
The majority of the time, Levante David guarded Travis Kelsey one-on-one.
Yeah, they was both getting doubled. It was 1-on-1 and they doubled both of them. And the fact that they was able to rush 4 guys at a time and still get that amount of pressure is what led to their success.
So
That's all you have to do. That you have to pray that your 4 guys.
I'm telling you, you're
could-
wrong, though. They did not double Kelsey majority of the game. The majority of the game, Levante David guarded him one-on-one. That's really what gave the Bucs flexibility. In today's NFL, man, you really can't afford to commit 4 guys on 2. You're gonna get tossed.
Okay.
You just can't do that.
I'll give you the whole Travis Kelsey wasn't doubled. Okay, I'll give you that. But at the end of
On
the
the
day, they were able to get pressure without even applying as much as they need to in their game plan. They could afford to double team Tyreek Hill, and that right side was getting decimated the whole entire game. You cannot sit here and tell me that wasn't happening.
No, a lot
You
of
can
that
watch
is
the
on Patrick
tape.
Mahomes, bro. Come on, I'm not. Let's have that conversation. A lot of that is on Patrick Mahomes. Why? Because the flats were open. He refused to go to the flats. The Chiefs' offense refused to pivot and start attacking the flat and going low. Because the two high safeties. What are you gonna give up? You're gonna give the flats all day. But Patrick Mahomes kept looking down the field, even though it wasn't there. Go back, bro. I've watched the Super Bowl 3 times. Go back and watch it, bro.
And you're right. And you're right with that. He didn't adjust.
Some of that is on Mahomes.
And you're right. He didn't adjust to that. And he didn't adjust to the pressure that's coming for him. And guess what? He had a whole season to learn from it. He had a whole season to learn from that. You really don't think that Patrick Mahomes knows what he did wrong, has the ability to adapt to what he did wrong? Come on, man.
He
Come
does.
on.
But he's also going against the MVP as well, and the best receiver.
And
in
the
the league.
MVP's gonna lose. The MVP's gonna lose. Because
Okay,
guess what?
so-
Patrick Mahomes is better than him.
Okay, so
Not the past
Patrick
2 years, he
Mahomes-
hasn't been.
versus
Absolutely.
versus Aaron
Where
Rodgers.
are we, Laurent? Where are we?
We're at 1-1
Super
right
Bowl.
now.
Who picked? Who picked?
Dub chose the Chiefs. OJ chose the other man. Who do you got? Fluent?
Me?
Yeah, you asked. You asked. No, I'm
Okay.
asking you.
So let me. This is not the matchup. So it's I gotta now reconfigure because I didn't pick either one of these teams to be here. The 71 Cowboys, the 72 Miami Dolphins, and the 2018 New England Patriots. Do you know what they have in common?
They all went undefeated
No.
in the regular season.
Incorrect. They're the only 3 teams in NFL history to lose a Super Bowl and come back and win the next one. So I doubt that the Chiefs are going to be that 4th team to do it. Because it's only ever been done 3 times in history. And I don't think the Chiefs are that good to be that team that does it. So I guess I get it just based on that. Here's the thing.
You're literally gonna base it on that. That's
no,
like
I'm not.
that's
I'm
like
going to base it
Madden
on this.
curse level
No, I'm
of
going to base.
rationale.
I'm going to
But
base
then
it on
he'll
this.
base the
Hold
Patriots
on.
commit to win the Super
Let me
Bowl.
finish. You guys had your time to talk. So I don't. So my point is, one, based on history, I'm saying the Chiefs aren't that historical team that will be the 4th team to do that. The other part of this is, since I have to pick between the Packers, as bad as I say Aaron Rodgers is in the NFC Championship game and he always loses, which he does. Well, I think if he does happen to find a way to make it to the Super Bowl, he is the better quarterback right now than Patrick Mahomes. He has the better all-around team, and it's going to be the Packers.
So
Question.
Suck in the NFC Championship game, but somehow in the Super Bowl.
But yeah, if he makes it to the
greatest
Super Bowl,
game,
it's a whole different thing. He's only played there once. I've got no data to look
Question,
at.
Fluent. If Patrick Mahomes, right, wins in the measure that you just said, where he'll be one of the 4 teams to lose the Super Bowl and then come back and win it, will he scratch your top 5 QBs of all time?
When
Why
his
are
career,
you trying to anoint him so
I don't know why we keep trying to do that.
Bro, not even
Why do you
close.
guys keep want to anoint
Yeah.
Mahomes
That's like Stephen
and
Curry
Luka
in the top
Doncic?
10 and top
No, they
5
want to put
conversation.
Doncic on the top 5.
Never.
He's too young. He hasn't even played. How many years has he played?
Like
He
5,
hasn't done
not
enough
even.
yet.
And he
Like,
hasn't
bro,
done
he's
enough.
already
He's
lost.
done
He's
as much as a
already
lot of
lost.
quarterbacks ever.
He
This is
hasn't-
what I'm saying.
Wow.
This is what
Okay,
I'm
let me.
saying.
Doug,
Here's my answer to that every single time. Here's my answer to that every time. Is he top 5? So if he retired today, you're putting him top 5.
No, my question to you was, if he won this year in the fashion
Okay, fine.
of what you
He
said,
wins.
would
He
you
wins
put
the
him
Super Bowl
top
this
5?
year. Okay, no, I wouldn't.
It's crazy.
And I'll ask you the question: if he wins the Super Bowl this year and retires the next day, is he top 5 for you?
I will undisputedly put him in my top 5.
How can
Wow.
you? So that you might as well put Eli Manning in your top 5. So
Wow.
this is
Watch-
why I would say this. Let me say this real quick, Doug. Just how you want to talk with the script of how they gonna say Patrick Mahomes, they can easily put the script this way. Patrick Mahomes goes there and lose. Did he have success too early, too fast? Because then he'll be 1-3 in the Super Bowl. Then he'll have an MVP, and then you'll look at his track record. Every time he goes to the Super Bowl, he doesn't win, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, is he getting paid too much money? Does he actually need more help? Do we have to put more money on defense?" It's gonna be a lot of things, because when the Packers go there and exploit that defense, because if you think that inconsistent defense is gonna work against somebody like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, you're sadly mistaken. Tom Brady.
And let me tell you.
Tom,
It's
Go
all right.
ahead,
I was
yeah.
just saying, and let me tell you this about Patrick Mahomes that you're not realizing, because you want to anoint him top 5. What happens in the next 5 years because of that salary, much like these guys know with Russell Wilson, when not only they can't afford a defense, but they can't afford to keep Kelsey and Hill and whoever else is there, Pringle and all those guys. And now they're not winning games anymore and not going to the Super Bowl anymore because they can't afford to put a team together that
that's
can
great.
compete for a Super Bowl.
That's fine. You want to know what?
So now hold
He's
on.
always
So now
gonna
he goes, hold
produce.
on, because you're making what ifs. So let's say he goes and wins this year, and then the next 5 seasons he doesn't get a sniff. Is he still top 5
Of
for
the
you?
Super Bowl, if he doesn't get a sniff of the Super
Doesn't
Bowl,
get a sniff.
as long as he produces, because the only argument you have for
So
putting
production
other guys,
matters.
no.
So
This
now
is
let's
that's what you
go-
just
no.
said.
I'm
That's
going
what you
to.
just said.
I'm going towards
You
your
just said if he
logic. I'm
produces.
going off your logic, because you're going off of what? You're going off of yards. You're going off he hasn't done this long enough. Guess what? Fluent. If he wins an MVP, 2 Super Bowls, went to 3 Super Bowls, and
Yeah.
then he accumulates the yards and the TDs that goes with it. Guess what? He don't even have to win another Super Bowl to even put in your top 5, because he's done everything already.
Okay.
And
So
to
if so, if the
Bama,
next
and
5
then to
years, so
Bama's
if the next
point,
5
Eli
years,
Manning is
If the
he
top
has to
next
5.
5 years,
produce,
in the
Mhm.
but
next
he has to
5 years,
produce.
no,
He
no,
needs
no.
to
If the
produce.
next 5 years, right,
Drew
he
Brees.
doesn't go to the Super Bowl, the numbers is gonna follow Patrick Mahomes no matter where he goes because he's that caliber of a quarterback. So if he doesn't go to the Super Bowl, that is fine. You can still put in the top 5 because the numbers will be there. That's why I say I don't judge it off of numbers. I judge it off of what I see. I will already put him there where
But
you guys fail to do
if
so.
if you do that, Joe Flacco should have retired after
No,
that
you got no, because
2013
Joe
Super Bowl
Flacco
with the
never dominated.
Ravens.
No, Joe Flacco never dominated the league. Eli Manning never dominated the league the way that Patrick Mahomes has done.
Well, Joe Flacco arguably had one of the greatest, if not the
Greatest,
greatest postseason
yeah.
of all time.
You
Mhm.
talking about
Yeah.
postseason? It's a whole thing. It's a whole.
But I'm
Patrick
just
Mahomes
saying,
is a
based
Here's the
regular
off of
thing:
what
season.
you're saying, he should have
you're saying it's
retired
a
right
whole
then.
thing, yet at the same time, your entire argument hinges on if he wins in the Super Bowl and he wins it well. That's the basis of your argument. You can't have it
hmm
both ways.
No, but you guys are comparing Joe Flacco and Eli Manning. Those guys have nowhere near the level of success that this guy has had in the regular season at all.
Okay, so Bama, where you at with it?
You already know what time it is, man. Ghostface finna hoist up that trophy. He finna have 2 rings, and he'll probably be over there in Denver or somewhere else. Or he might retire and go drink mimosas on the beach. How he was when they asked him, was he gonna show up to training camp? That was so thug right there. I like, dog. I don't think that's Black Air Force energy if it ever was one. You gonna show up to training camp and you show them a picture of your feet on the beach, dog. Like that's some real Black Force Air Force energy right there, man. So I gotta go with Rodgers, bro. From that moment, I knew they was going to the Super Bowl. From that moment right there, I'm trying to tell you, like they finna beat Becky with the good hair. Dub go sit here and cry and talk about, oh, the offensive line. Oh, that he didn't have this. Tyreek Hill wasn't running a 4-1 that day. He was running a 4-3-5.
If the
Jason,
Packers could avoid the Bucs, they're going to the Super Bowl and they're winning.
yeah, yeah.
Nastiness.
Okay,
Whole lot of
and Ben,
nastiness.
to
Hey,
top
Come
us
on,
hey,
off,
man.
oh,
where
Ben
you
still
at?
got to go. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
come on,
Go ahead.
man. You already know where I'm going, man. Green Bay.
The
Packers.
Packers
Come on.
win the Players' Choice Gridiron Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl, man.
Yes, sir.
unanimously,
Unanimously.
4-1.
Yes, sir.
Ron, who you got?
Dub, I've been with you this whole time. If we can go back and look at the tape, I've been saying I got the Chiefs.
Love you. That's why I love
Now, if they play the Bucs, we got something else to talk about. But against the Packers, honestly, I don't believe in Aaron Rodgers like that. I it's just we've seen it too many times. Hey, I mean he's the man. He's the man until he gets to the AFC or the NFC Championship.
Hey, Dub.
you. What's up?
Where do you rank Ben Roethlisberger?
Big Ben?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I've never thought about it like that.
I like
Honestly.
where this is going.
Yeah, I think I do too.
I've never
How
thought about
come?
it like
Because
that.
like in his first 6 years, he won 2 Super Bowls, and then he was really productive after that.
They had a season where he had 5,200 yards too.
Yeah, so
So is he top 5?
Yeah, is he
Never.
top 5
Of all
Because
time?
he did everything in that first 5-6 years, and then was really productive and never missed the playoffs and won a bunch of games. Never had a losing record. He was really
Struggle right
I
after
he
that.
was really great.
Is he up there? Absolutely.
So
But
he's
I
top
still
5 for
got
you?
Pat Mahomes. I think
But
he's in
he
that.
did.
He deserves
But he
to
did
be.
more than He did more than Patrick
deserve-
Mahomes in his first 5-6 years.
He needs how? How so?
Because he won 2 Super Bowls.
Did he break a record? Did he become MVP?
100%. 100%.
He did.
Yeah, well, he became
That's
the
6
youngest
Pro
quarterback
Bowls.
in the Super Bowl.
Wait. No, did he break a record within that time? Wait, what was it? The first 6 years you said?
Yes, sir.
6 years? Patrick Mahomes has done it in 4. Patrick Mahomes, first year.
But he hasn't won
started.
2. No, he still hasn't won 2.
No.
You're saying if he retired today, he'd be top 5.
First year.
And he's only has one Super Bowl
First
win.
year, starter, MVP, broke a record. Second year, wins the Super Bowl. Third year, goes to the Super Bowl. Fourth year, he's gonna go to the
Actually,
Super Bowl.
I think you're missing a year that he sat, but okay. That
Bro.
still counts as a year in the
Bro,
NFL.
we don't sit
That
here
still
and talk.
yes, we do.
don't talk about Aaron
Yes, you
Rodgers.
do.
We do not
So
talk
Aaron
about
Rodgers'
Aaron
rookie
Rodgers.
year. Hold on. So Aaron Rodgers' rookie year was the year that he started playing, or the year
No,
that he
but
came into the league?
we don't talk about Aaron Rodgers and what he was doing on the bench.
Yes,
Come
we
on.
do. You should.
No, we do not. You
Why
know that
not?
because it matters what you do on the field, Fluent.
So a
That's
third-year
not his
quarterback.
point, though. Rookie is rookie. Rookie's your first year.
Rookie's your
period.
first year.
Rookie's just rookie.
So it's not in 3 years. He did it in 4 years. Just because he wasn't good enough to
Fluent,
start in year
what?
1.
What are you talking
Sorry,
about, Fluent?
he did it in
We
What
4
do
he's
years.
not
talking about is
judge.
when
We
you go
do
to
not
Pro
judge
Football
How many
anybody.
Focus,
seasons
No,
has
we
he
do
been in
not
the
judge
NFL?
anybody off of what they didn't do on the field. We judge everybody by what they do on the field. If a guy sits for 3 or 4 years, then he starts killing the league. We will still look at him the same way. We will still put him in the same light as if he came in on
No,
the
no,
rookie.
no, 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 no,
Come
no.
You're
on.
saying
When you go to Pro Football Focus, it's gonna show you their entire career. And it's gonna
correct.
show you the first 3 years they didn't do jack squat. And
Correct.
then year 4, that's when they start compiling the
Listen,
stats.
No, no,
let's
no.
use
I
let's
said
use
when
Steph
they
Curry.
were on
Hold
the
on, let's use
field. If
Steph
they're not
Curry.
on the field, what
Do
stats
you
can
not
they
count
produce?
Steph Curry's first 3 years that he wasn't great?
Bro, those are rookie seasons. This is
No, one
basketball. It's a
rookie
whole
season.
different
You
season.
only get one rookie season.
Oh my God, Fluent.
How many years? Hold on. How many years has Patrick Mahomes been in the league? 4. He has 1 Super Bowl.
5.
Sorry,
Been in the
5.
five.
5. He has 1
Including
Super Bowl.
this year's 5.
Okay, 5. 5. So if he were to win this year, he would be on the same pace as Ben Roethlisberger to have 2 Super Bowl wins in his first 6 years. And you said if he retired or if he just never sniffed the Super Bowl again and played great, he's
This is
top
a
5.
nasty context.
So why
Ben.
isn't
Let me tell you
Roethlisberger?
why.
Why isn't Roethlisberger in your top 5?
Let me tell you why. The context Ben you're doing is cute, but it's false. Because guess what?
It's,
Ben
it's fair.
Roethlisberger,
It's
Ben
fair.
Roethlisberger didn't win a MVP in his first career start. He did not break a record in his first career start. He did not dominate the way that Patrick Mahomes did coming into league. He won 2 Super Bowls. You're right with that. That's great. But he did
But you're
not dominate the
cherry
way
picking,
Patrick
though. You're
Mahomes
cherry
did.
picking.
Yeah, you're picking and choosing. What
The
How's
you
that
want.
reason you're
cherry picking?
is because
You're
Ben
cherry picking the
Roethlisberger
Super
was the
Bowls.
youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Brent Roethlisberger also, as a rookie, started. Mahomes did not. So I can use that and say that he was good enough to start, whereas Mahomes wasn't. If I
It
want
matters what you do on the field. It matters what that's what we judge everybody on. We don't judge Steph Curry. Oh, we don't knock Steph Curry because he didn't have a great rookie season or he didn't have a good second or third year.
No,
We
we don't.
acknowledge what he's done. We acknowledge
For
that he
5
broke
years.
records.
No, for 5 years, Curry did nothing.
That's fine. But when we judge him all time, we still hold him to a high regard because it matters what you do on the court and how much of an impact that you had.
You mean your production?
You're right. It does
Yeah.
matter. That's why when you compare,
That's why
Curry
when
to
you
Magic
don't
Johnson,
play-
I can say that Magic Johnson in his rookie year started at center and he balled out, and Stephen Curry wasn't really like that. Like
Yeah.
that's the difference.
And that's why Magic is ahead of Steph.
And one thing, Patrick Mahomes, playoffs like with the Super Bowl, it's not the stats is not looking good. Like the stats is just not looking good.
Oh, he doesn't.
Like
He doesn't want to talk production when it's bad. Only when it's
Please,
good.
please, because if we go off of Tom Brady,
Yeah, he
and
wants
what,
to talk about
no,
breaking
no, no,
records.
no,
He doesn't
no,
want to talk
no,
about getting
no,
sacked.
because if we
and
talk
losing
about
a game.
Tom Brady and what he did in those first few Super Bowls he won, it's almost the same scenario. Like, come on, you cannot cherry pick that. Stop it.
Okay, fellas.
just
well,
be consistent, man.
I am consistent.
Well, I'm finna be consistent
You're
right
cherry
here.
picking. You're cherry
Is
picking the.
Roethlisberger in your
You're
top 10?
cherry picking the Super
Is
Bowls.
Roethlisberger
No,
in
no,
your top
no,
10?
no, no,
If
no.
Tua,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
if Tua retired today, he'll be in my top 5 ever.
You're
How about
cherry.
that?
You're cherry
He'll be in
picking
my
the
top
Super
So
Bowls.
Roethlisberger's in your top
Fluent,
10?
fluent. You're not being
Everybody else be
consistent.
quiet.
No, no,
Is
no, no.
Roethlisberger in
I
your top 10?
said, yeah. I think I have to think about it. I may put him up there, but you're cherry picking the Super Bowls, and you're not taking the fact and the combination of the way that Patrick Mahomes dominated the league, won the MVP, broke a record, and just
One
consistently been a
season.
regular season
One
beast.
season. He had
What?
one good season.
Every single season he's been a
You
regular
know who
season
else? You know who else had a
beast.
really good season and went to a Super Bowl and won an MVP? Cam Newton. He's not in
Oh
my top 50.
God, it's in
one season.
Oh my God, what's the word?
Matt
It's
Ryan.
all together, Fluent.
Ryan.
It's all together. It's the collection of what you've done in the regular season and what he
I
has
don't know,
done in
man.
the
I just
playoffs.
think if he were to win in a dominating fashion this year, to put him top 5 is just like comically.
How is
Yeah,
it
I
comically?
think it's too
Like,
soon.
He's done everything that a quarterback
soon.
has to do. MVP, 2 Super Bowls. What else?
So
You
longevity.
broke a
So
record.
longevity means nothing.
Come on, Fluent.
I'm asking.
You know me.
I'm asking. So no. Okay.
I would still put him in my top 5.
Okay.
That's fine. Here's the thing. I'm not even saying that you shouldn't put in your top 5. I'm saying if you're gonna do that, then guess what? Eli goes in there as well.
No.
Big Ben is going there as well. And all of a sudden, you can't really have Joe Montana.
Gets murky.
there.
Gets murky.
You know what I'm saying? You can't have Dan Marino there. So
Why?
now it gets real crowded real quick.
Why can't they be in there?
Well,
First of
let's
all,
say if you
and
have
why is Eli
so
going in there? I
so
tell y'all,
according to
it's
your logic,
no. You guys are judging it just off of Super Bowls, and I'm
but here's
saying
the
it's a
thing, hear me
collect
out first.
of what you've
But
done
you
in the
According to
regular
your
season
logic, if
and
you were to
Super
win
Bowl.
the Super Bowl, if you were to win the Super Bowl in dominant fashion, he'd be there, right? So with that logic, Eli would be there also in Big Ben. Now you have two more slots. Who are you putting in those two slots?
I
So
said Eli's
either
not in
Tom
there.
Brady, Rodgers, or Peyton Manning, one of them is not going to make that slot.
I said
No,
Eli's
is not
not.
going to
I
make that
said
slot.
Eli's not in there. I
he's
said I
saying
have
no
to
to
think
Eli.
about. I'm saying I have to think about Ben Roethlisberger. You guys, the way that you guys are trying to narrow this picture down to this straight path is crazy to me because it's not that. All I
Well,
am
because
saying,
what you're
because you
doing,
guys
Dub,
are, you
what you're
guys are.
doing is saying you're ignoring his rookie season that he sat, which I think is not right. Because other guys like Peyton Manning go in their rookie season and throw 21 and 26, however many interceptions. He sat there and just watched.
Do we
Same
look
with
at
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers for that
Rodgers and
matter.
what
So
he
hold
has
on,
done?
let me finish the point. So you're ignoring his rookie season where he wasn't good enough to start. Then you're saying his second season, you're right. He broke a record. He was an MVP. Granted, it was a very passing league and they had to blah, 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 but whatever. He broke a record. Then and then you're saying, and he won a Super Bowl and then went to a Super Bowl and lost. So you're using 2 of your 4 points are going to Super Bowl and winning and going to Super Bowl and losing. So how can we then not say, well, here's another player who went to the Super Bowl twice, but won both of them? He led his team from day one as rookie, has put up all those numbers, and then did it for another 10 years and was never had a losing season, never missed the playoffs, never all those other things. How is he not in your top 5? So I'm just trying to use the logic to say,
Did he dominate the way that Patrick Mahomes did in his first 4 or 5
why
seasons?
does it have to be in that one season? Because he didn't dominate in his first 4 or 5 seasons. He
Thank
dominated
you.
one season.
Thank you. That is my point, Fluent. That is in it's all together the dominance and the
No, I'm
success.
saying Mahomes
That
didn't dominate. He had one dominant season.
Fluent, what? Fluent, come
And one
on,
dominant
bro.
season.
Fluent, come on. Every year that he's
Because
been
you're using
starting, he's been
production,
regarded as a
aren't
top
you?
3, top 2, or best quarterback in the league for
Yeah.
every single year he has been playing in this league. That is being dominant. That is dominating. With that, you got
But
playoff
you use
success.
stats to back that up. That's what you did.
Yes, of course. I said
Okay.
it is okay to go. It is okay to use production, but you cannot use production as the whole base of your argument. That is false.
So what's the difference between Ben Roethlisberger and Patrick Mahomes
How
in
many
those
times do I
first
have to
5 or
say
6
it?
years?
How many times
But
do I have
you're
to say
but
it?
you're
The way
not you're
that
not
Patrick Mahomes has dominated.
Well, Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are my top 5 receivers all time.
For what?
I'm
Because
not
they
gonna lie
dominate.
though. I'm not gonna lie. If Jettas have another season how he did next year, I don't think Devontae Adams is a unanimous best receiver in the league no more. I think it's Justin Jefferson.
That's a nice take. I like that.
Yeah, he's JJ's
Gifted.
JJ's amazing.
Jettas is
And
gifted.
here's the thing: he's doing that with Kirk Cousins, whereas Adams has Rodgers.
Kirk Cousins.
That's the crazy.
Just imagine if he had Rodgers, like Mahomes or Brady.
All right, fellas. Well, we are over 2.5 hours. Fluent, you got something else to get off? Well, actually,
No, I was just gonna say, if we're using the same logic as Patrick Mahomes sitting, Ben Roethlisberger in 2019, right, didn't play. So really, it was 5 seasons. He had 2 Super Bowls, and had over 4,000 yards, and had over 30 touchdowns, and had less than 15 picks. Like there, if you want to go into that, he dominated the league his first 5 seasons and won more Super Bowls than Patrick Mahomes. That's all I'm saying.
All right, fellas. Well, I need all you guys' closing remarks. It's been an amazing show. Ben, what you got to say on the way out?
Yeah, follow the TikTok, Players Choice Gridiron. Follow my TikTok, BBen923. And yeah, glad for y'all being here. Been a good one. Follow the IG as well. We got IG as well.
PC Gridiron.
PC Gridiron IG. Follow that as well.
Okay, Bama, talk to us on your way out.
Hey man, like second down on that. Follow Players Choice on everything. Or your grandma stank. Your mama ain't got no edges. I'm gonna say it again. If you don't want your grandma stank, and if you don't want your mama to not have no edges, follow PC_Gridiron on Instagram. Follow Players Choice on YouTube. Players Choice Gridiron on YouTube. Follow your boy Scam Thanos _TV on Instagram. Twitch Scam Thanos TV if you just want to see my goofiness more. It is just me talking crazy. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. If you don't follow Players Choice, your grandma stank and your mama ain't got no edges. So share this with everybody you know. So if you watching this right now, share this with a friend so they can hear this too. Because even though they don't know about football, I want them to know. If y'all don't follow us, regardless if you like football or not, your grandma stink, boy. For real. If you don't want your granny stinking, follow us, man.
How you follow that up, OJ?
Fluid, it's on you. Hold up, OJ. Fluid, it's on you.
No, that's why I was trying to put it on him. Okay, obviously, follow Player's Choice, obviously, or sports_fluent. But I will say, when you're on IG and you're doing, what is it? PC Gridiron? You're following
PC_Gridiron.
PC_Gridiron.
Yeah.
Also, please go follow Dem Ones. DEMONES. Dem Ones. That's the new show that I'm on. We start shooting on the 21st, and as of January 21st, we are going to be putting stuff on IG. So we're going to show you, we're going to have comedy sketches. We're going to have behind the scenes footage of the TV show that we're shooting. And more importantly, we're going to have giveaways. So if you follow Dem Ones on IG, you can see all the behind the scenes stuff, comedy sketches, and win some cool prizes. Well, OJ doesn't know I'm going to be on a TV show, by the way. I'm going to be on a TV show. We start shooting January 21st.
Oh, nice. You definitely got to let me know all the information on that so I can check.
Yeah. I'll let you know tomorrow when we shoot Table for One.
Yeah, absolutely.
So guys, close remarks.
here.
I'm
OJ.
gonna get to you last. OJ.
No. OJ, I'll close it out first. OJ, go ahead, bro.
Thank you guys for having me on here. It was really fun. And for all you Alabama fans out there, you're listening, man. Look forward to the future, man. We got this. This was a minor setback, but we're gonna come back bigger than ever. Roll Tide, baby. Let's get it, man.
I need a college team. Can you guys make a suggestion who I should start? I don't have a favorite.
You should pick the Gators or the Auburn.
The Gators or Auburn?
Okay.
Ron, you got any final words, bro?
I just want to say our very first guest. It was an honor to have you on here. OJ, you came, you did your thing. You came, you saw, you conquered. Fellas, it was good as always. I enjoyed it. Our longest episode so far.
Yes,
Congrats.
sir. For the chat, for the YouTube guys, thank you guys for joining. We do, if you guys, are following us on TikTok as well, we do keep in mind who's the OGs of the PC Gridiron. So we appreciate you. We love you, bro. I try my best to message you guys back and everything. Appreciate it all. Join us on Clubhouse. Keep an eye on us on Clubhouse. Keep an eye on us on TikTok, on Instagram. You already know. Thank you again. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys in the chat. And, keep the comments up on YouTube. The views is going strong. Thank you guys again.
Subscribe.
And, like, subscribe, all that. And I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Fluent, love you, bro. Production doesn't matter.